As good as Michael Block's. Probably wasn't, but I hope it was. It might be as good as it gets. We will definitely talk about that. Recap the PGA Championship. There's a lot of golf this weekend. Me and Kyle golfed. That's the last we're going to mention of it.
We talked about, that's all we can say.
Yep, I'm going to say we golfed.
Contractually, that's all we can say.
We had to sign a non-disclosure agreement on where we golfed and how well we golfed. So that's all we will talk about it. But we got out. It was good. It was great weather. It was phenomenal.
That was about the only good
sunburned.
part. That was about the only good part about it.
Yep. Put the sunscreen on, so I took care of the skin at the very least, and was out there golfing, which is always a good thing. Even if I'm not going to say if we played well or not.
I think people can read between the lines at this point.
Decipher yourself for how well you think we played on that one. But got out there, so that was good stuff. NDSU baseball wrapped up the regular season over the weekend. Nice win over the Jacks. Send the Bunnies back to Brookings a little less happy. Taking 2 out of 3 from SDSU. The Bison are the 2 seed in the Summit League tournament, and they won the season series over the Jacks. So always good stuff there. They start the Summit League Championship tournament this week, I should say. I finished up the regular season last weekend. Hopefully we'll be playing through this upcoming weekend. They play on Wednesday against SDSU in the 2-3 matchup, and then you can play Thursday, you could play Friday, you could keep on playing to Saturday. It is double elimination tournament style. It is NDSU and SDSU in the 2-3 matchup, and then Oral Roberts, who lost once all regular season. They are the 1 seed, and Omaha in a de facto playoff game on Saturday got the win over Northern Colorado, so Omaha is into the bracket as well. They are the 4 seed. They won 4-3 over Northern Colorado on Saturday. It was win or take all. It was the last game of the regular season. It was either going to be Omaha or going to be Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado jumped up to a 3-0 lead, and then slowly but surely the Mavericks, 1 run at a time, came back, took the lead late, and held on to it, even though Northern Colorado put up a threat in the later innings. The Mavericks held on to it, and they got the win, so they are the 4 seed. Those are your 4 teams this year in the Summit League tournament, and Omaha's a dangerous team. They haven't put it all together very often this year. They got plenty of talent. I think Oral Roberts is unquestionably the favorite going in. Only lost once all season in conference play, but that one loss was to NDSU, and the Bison also had a lead late on them in the final game of their only series this year, 3-game set. Had a lead late, lost it. I think it was the 8th inning they lost the lead there. So I think if you're NDSU, you go into this thing saying, we took 1 from them. We had the lead and probably should have, feel like at least you should have won another one from them and won the series. And now we're at home. We weren't, it was supposed to be a home series, didn't get to play it at home. Probably feeling pretty good going into the Summit League tournament. The way they're playing and saying, hey, we beat that team already.
Yeah, I think they should have all the confidence in the world. I'm just looking at their record right now overall. Reminder, this team was 1-13 at one point. Right? Yeah. Correct. 1-13? I believe so. They started the season 1-13. They're now 22-28 overall, 16-7 in the conference. As you mentioned, they went back and forth with Oral Roberts, gave them their only loss in the season. I think they just took 2 out of 3. Now, I know that was, and you know this better than me, Andy, you were there calling the games. There was an interesting series, we'll call it. But either way, you took 2 out of 3 from South Dakota State. You love that. Should have all the confidence in the world playing at home. I'm excited for this Bison baseball team, see what they can do at Newman Outdoor Field one last time, and they get to do it at home. So I think they should be – I think you got the 4 best teams. Now it's just about going out and executing and making it happen. I think, obviously, look, Oral Roberts they're 23-1 for a reason, but that's playoff baseball, baby. Playoff hockey, right, Micah? That's what the saying is, playoff baseball, basically at this point. I got all the confidence in our Bison.
And if you need, what do we say works in playoff baseball? Like you just mentioned, playoff hockey, anything can happen.
Goaltending in hockey.
In hockey, it's goaltending, right? Get a hot goal, you can win anything.
Yeah.
In baseball, it tends to be pitching that translates, right? Like you can have the best hitting lineup in the world. Really good pitching usually trumps really good hitting, which is why the Twins have lost 18 straight playoff games. And this year feels like it's maybe a little bit different because their pitching's actually really good.
Why my prediction is going to come true.
That's why I had the prediction over there. They are still in first place, even though they lost 2 out of 3 to the Angels. But NDSU in conference play, if you just look at conference play statistics, Cade Feeney, Tristan Rorich, and Parker Pitts are 1, 2, and 3 in ERA in conference play. It actually goes, I believe, Feeney, Pitts, Roerich, 1, 2, 3, that order in terms of pitchers with enough innings, like starting pitchers and ERA in conference play. So at home with that pitching, you feel like you got a chance in every single one of the games. And then you have Max Loven, who's had a ton of experience, at least in the tournament, and a chance for him to maybe play an impact too. We will talk with the head coach, Tyler Oakes, and a number of players as well late today after the show. You'll hear those ones, though, tomorrow and Wednesday. So throughout this week leading up to the Summit League tournament, we'll make sure to have those ones for you the next couple of days. Today on the program, Greg McCullough, the pro over at Edgewood Golf Course here in Fargo. Great dude. Had him on a number of times in the past to talk about the PGA Championship. And the PGA Championship wrapping up there at Oak Hill. Brooks Koepka gets the win. Doesn't really even feel like that's the story. It's a pretty good story. It really is when you look at it. He has not won one in a while. He had that dominant stretch where it looked like, whoa.
He won 4 in, I believe, Jim Nantz said 23 months.
Right.
Won 4 majors in 23 months.
Like, what's happening here? This might be something, right?
Yeah.
And then there were some injuries. There was knee, back, different stuff. And he was withdrawing from events, finishing out of the cut line, and obviously now we know he went to live. We saw him on full swing, no confidence, never really been the same. Almost won the Masters, and then kind of fell apart on Sunday, and that's been the thing. Well, live, you're only playing 3 rounds. Can they really handle 4 rounds? Handled 4 rounds really well yesterday. He got the win there at Oak Hill, back on top. That is a very good story when you actually go and look at it, but it completely pales in comparison to what Michael Block did, for most people at least. And I think Brooks, even himself, did a very good job of realizing, yes, this is amazing for me. There's also another really cool story here, and kind of sharing the limelight, so to speak, and sharing that with somebody. That was really well done by him, classy move. And Michael Block, we'll dive into that one plenty here. But right now, I want you to call in as well, 701-476-1660. The Epic Company's hotline is open for you today. And Mike in Maine is calling in early on a Monday. Mike, how was the weekend for you?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing just fine. What do you want to talk about?
Good. Well, it's cool to be on the air. If you're a Celtics fan, and if the Celtics defeat the Miami Heat and advance to the NBA Finals, which is still possible, who would you rather have the Celtics face in the Finals, the Nuggets or the Lakers? Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Celtics. Was you saying the Celtics are going to make the NBA Finals?
If the Celtics.
Oh, okay.
If you're the Celtics.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I was halfway listening.
They'd have to.
If you're the Celtics, who would you rather face?
They would have to complete history. It's never been done before.
Both teams have to.
Both teams would have to
complete history.
By the way, I saw a stat. So not only has no one ever won when they're down 3-0, do you know how many teams have actually even got it to Game 7?
3.
Correct. 3 out of like 100.
NBA mind.
I don't even know how many.
Yeah,
I have a lot.
Plenty of them.
Only 3 have even made it to Game 7. So history's not on the side of the Celtics.
We will get into it. NBA Finals. I do a pre-show tweet every time. We're like, okay, this is what's coming up to let people know what's coming up on the show today, and put Greg McCullough, Summit League Baseball tournament set. We'll dive into some of this stuff. And I said, 12:30 or so, I just put the NBA Finals are set. Clearly they're not. You got to win 4. But I put they're set. These are over. It's done.
History tells you they are set.
It's done.
Yes.
These series are over. I think the Celtics will get swept. I think the Lakers will win 1 game. I think that one would be the gentleman's sweep. I think the Lakers maybe find a way. They've been close in these games. The last one was 11.
Micah did predict a gentleman's sweep.
You did
by the way,
predict it. So well done. I kept saying that the Lakers are going to win this series. I was wrong. They're not going to win this series. They've been competitive.
Everyone thought the Celtics were going to win this series.
Yeah.
Do you guys know how many All-Stars are on the Denver Nuggets team?
2.
1.
Wow.
I saw how many. The Nuggets don't have an MVP. They don't have one player who made first-team All-NBA.
Somehow Jokic didn't make first-team All-NBA.
Because they can only have 1 center, right?
Ridiculous.
And Embiid made it, yeah. It's dumb. I thought they got rid of that
center
rule, by the way.
and like a forward, you could have maybe made the argument, but I think Giannis made it over him on that for first-team All-NBA. And how many second-team All-NBA players do they have?
1.
Only 1. Jamal Murray didn't make second-team All-NBA or third-team All-NBA.
No wonder why this team feels disrespected every single time, and then all media outlets are like, oh, we're talking about the Lakers losing instead of the Nuggets winning.
Yep.
So they just keep taking the disrespect, and they're like, all right, we'll use it as fuel.
Well, and what was the storylines going into the playoffs? No one was picking the Nuggets. Not a single person. Not even to win the finals to get out of the West. Not a single person. They're like Suns. Some people were saying
Lakers. They were saying it set up really well for the Lakers and the Warriors, right? Because you got the Warriors, Kings and the Grizzlies and Denver, and did you believe in those top three and all that?
I think more people probably would have had the Clippers, and the no one was picking the Nuggets.
No one.
And I should have, but I didn't.
I thought they were a really, really good team. I thought they would make it to the Western Conference Finals. I had them losing to the Lakers when it started off. Clearly, that was wrong, but I didn't think they were going to bow out as early as everybody else thought they potentially could. What's going to be very interesting when the Heat play the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Finals is the first game of that series will be in Denver. The Heat have not lost a game one all playoffs. The Nuggets are undefeated at home, and the Heat are going to deal with the lack of oxygen.
But there's two home court advantages. One,
huge home court advantages.
You got to deal with the
heat in Miami,
and then the heat in Miami.
Oh boy,
the humidity. Ouch.
Mike Greenberg's going to have himself a field day with this one. Altitude and a very hot outdoors in Miami.
You got to go with home team. I guess the Nuggets win in 7.
I guess.
Who has? Nuggets win in 7 just because they're the home team. That's how it is.
Here's the stats for the Nuggets: no MVPs. No first-team All-NBA players, only one second-team All-NBA player, only one All-Star, no Rookie of the Year, no Sixth Man of the Year, no Comeback Player of the Year, and no players on their team were on any of the all-defensive teams.
What about the
first or second?
I bet you could say the same thing about the Heat. Who do the Heat got? Did Jimmy Butler was second team maybe All-NBA or third team? I don't even know. They can't have many either.
He might not have even been an All-Star because he didn't play much at all early on in the season. They probably don't even have an All-Star on their roster, be my guess. Again, tells you how much does the regular season really matter? Not a whole lot.
Or how much does the media vote really matter?
Not at all.
Some of those awards are tied into contract incentives.
Yeah,
a lot of them are.
Tons of them.
I think John Morant had one in his. Like if you make All NBA, whatever.
Everybody has one in them because the max you can make in the last collective bargain agreement. It's if you get first team All NBA, now like the max contract goes up $20 million or something.
Jimmy Butler made All-NBA second team this year.
Okay.
This year
was he an All-Star?
I would think he was.
I would imagine so.
He didn't play much early on in the season, so might not have been an All-Star.
That's doesn't really matter.
I know.
Bam Adebayo was.
Bam Adebayo. Okay. So maybe they have 2 All-Stars.
They got 2. They got more. That's more than the Nuggets.
Heat are a better team. It's plain and simple. It's just dumb. It's really stupid. Jamal Murray gets respect. Aaron Gordon doesn't score as much as maybe he did in Orlando, but he's really good defensively. He should have been on first or second team all defense, in my opinion at least. But we got some players on there who have a reputation and they get voted on again and again and again. Like Jaden McDaniels for the Wolves didn't get first or second team All NBA, which also was a travesty. Just because other players who have been on there a number of years keep getting voted.
Jimmy Butler was not an All-Star.
See,
I am looking at the lineups right now.
How much is coaching taking a factor into these series? You look at the Nuggets. Mike Malone, he's been in this position before. He's been in the playoffs a ton. Look at the other side. Spoelstra for the Heat.
Yeah.
How much is coaching factoring into what's going on the court?
I feel
like there's a huge factor.
The Heat and the Nuggets are 2 of the most receptive teams in the NBA to coaching. Because I think there's absolutely teams, and in this era of the NBA, it's more player driven. Like players have more power, and frankly, players get coaches fired. Players behind the scenes make moves to say, I want this player on the team or that player on the team, or I'm going to go unite with so and so all the time. Where coaches feel like I can't tell them what to do because they're just I got no power here, no leg to stand on. Whereas Eric Spoelstra is going to say what he wants to say, and if anyone has a problem with it, they can leave because they ain't firing Eric Spoelstra. Pat Riley didn't fire him when LeBron came into town. He's not firing him now. That's not happening. And I feel like the Heat, especially with outside of Jimmy Butler, they're a bunch of undrafted guys and G leaguers who have fought and clawed their way. A ton of them, at least, not all of them, but most of them. And they're very receptive to good coaching and hard coaching. And Spoelstra's not afraid to get in their face and to scream and yell at them a little bit. Same thing with Michael Malone. He's taking some timeouts when the Nuggets are maybe giving up a 6-0 run or something and says, Western Conference Finals, you guys want this at all? And just like yells and screams and gets in their face. And to have guys like Jokic, who's a 2-time MVP, and actually sit there and be like, he's right. That they take coaching very, very well, actually.
Could you imagine Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant and James Harden being coached by Eric Spoelstra? No. They would want him fired.
Yeah.
LeBron, I'm not taking
LeBron
this.
tried to fire him.
I'm a grown man.
I'm convinced LeBron, when he went to Miami and they had Bosch and Wade, and they were trying to get him out. And to Pat Riley's credit, he said, "No, this is our guy. You guys got to figure this out."
Yeah, everyone was calling for him to get fired.
Absolutely.
Like, Pat Riley's sitting there. He's going to take over. He's going to coach this mega team, this mega super team.
Right.
And by the way, the NBA, we were talking about this before the show, Andy. Like, they've kind of set the precedent now. It's like, if you make the playoffs and don't win it all, or at least make it to the NBA Finals, you're getting fired. Apparently, now everyone's calling that. Oh, should the Celtics fire their coach? I don't know about the Lakers, his first-year guy, but seems like everyone's getting fired.
Well, so is Missoula. Missoula started as the interim head coach, and they just took the interim away.
Yeah. So Celtics is the first-year head coach for him.
That's why coaching is playing, I think, a huge factor. It's like,
agreed.
Look at the teams and what success they're having because all of that experience, and I think it's just the IQ and the egos on the teams that are winning are lower.
Right.
There are a bunch of high ego guys on the teams that are losing, and it's not working out.
And then they're firing their coach.
Yeah, and then you fire the coach because clearly it was the coach's fault.
Because you're tied to
which the coach is not like boo-hooing anything because you're getting paid still to not do nothing because they have contracts and there's guarantees in there, that kind of stuff. But yeah, in the NBA, the players kind of run things a little bit. But it seems like in Denver and Miami, not that the coach is running everything, but the players are willing to sit there and listen and be like, hey, the coach can be right sometimes. He has a different perspective than maybe I have in this whole thing. So the NBA Finals are set, even though they're not set. We will get into that a little bit later, but thanks for the call in to the Epic Companies hotline there from Mike in Maine, 701-476-1660. You can also text into the program at that very same number. Darla Jean did that over the weekend. I did not see this during the NDSU baseball series. She texted in during that on a different discussion me and Riley Swenson were having when we were calling NDSU baseball against SDSU back on Saturday. She disagrees with me on something, and she basically said she won the argument. Darla Jean, you're wrong. We'll dive into that also a little bit more wrong, later on.
Sorry, Darla Jean.
That's a hot topic in the world of baseball.
Okay.
So I know Kyle will be very much ready for that one. You can also email into the program. The Rick Electric email inbox is studio@bison1660.com. Take a break. We'll come back. The greatest story in sports from over the weekend happened on a golf course, and it might be one of the Mount Rushmore stories in terms of underdog stories in sports all time. It's Michael Block, PGA Championship. Our thoughts on that when we come back next on The Insiders.
The most complete Bison coverage in the region. Your Bison Nation station.
You are deep in thought, which is always dangerous.
Bison 1660.
I think what makes Proceed win is we're different than the other companies in many ways with our programming, our simplicity, our non-corporate attitudes, and our personal relationship building.
What Proceed is, we bring back the old-fashioned seed buying experience. We're true seedsmen. We care about everything from the sale to the planting to following up afterwards. That's what we're all about, is just trying to bring that experience back to a personal level.
Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. Great seed at a reasonable price.
Attention all North Dakota veterans. In a partnership with the Veteran Service Office, Healing Hyperbarics is proud to announce all North Dakota veterans can receive hyperbaric treatments at no cost to them. Whether you're treating for post-traumatic stress disorder, post-COVID long hauler, or chronic pain, or others, Healing Hyperbarics is your one-stop shop for total body wellness. Inquire with your Veteran Service Office for more information on this grant, or find us at healinghyperbarics.com. That's healinghyperbarics.com.
In 1953, Bill Samuels created a simple bourbon, while Margie Samuels worked on her creative vision. A bottle hand-dipped in red wax, wrapped in a hand-cut label, filled with handcrafted bourbon that elevated flavor and remains unchanged as of today. Aromas of woody oak, caramel, and vanilla, with a taste that is sweet and balanced with caramel, vanilla, and fruity essences. Every barrel of Maker's Mark is aged to taste, not time. Maker's Mark, the star of your home bar. Please drink responsibly. responsibly.
Not only does Golf Addiction have the best technology in the industry, but now they've got the best deal all summer long. 30 days of unlimited golf for just $50. Grab your buddies and get to Golf Addiction for cheap golf, amazing food, and daily all-day drink specials. No one else gets close to Golf Addiction's prices, food, full bar, and drink specials. It's Golf Addiction for virtual rounds of golf with your family and friends. And right now, unlimited 30-day summer golf pass is just $50. Grab your sticks and get to Golf Addiction.
With the rising threat of cybersecurity attacks, you need to ensure your business is fully protected. Data loss, ransomware attacks, and other breaches can disrupt your business and damage your reputation. Consolidated Communications Cloud Secure Service safeguards your business from these attacks by securing your network, data, and applications. We proactively monitor your security to prevent intrusions before they compromise your IT systems while protecting your staff in the office or when working remotely. Visit consolidatedcommunications.com/cloudsecure to protect your business.
Hey, it's Kyle Emanuel, former defensive end for the Bison. I have always tried to surround myself with people I trust and who want me to succeed. It's been my life motto, and this is so true when you are choosing your insurance game plan, which is why I have the good neighbors of Ryan Kill State Farm on my team. Ryan made finding the right insurance plan so simple. I told him my priorities, and he gave me clear options so I could make an educated decision without pressure or a hidden agenda. There are so many insurance agencies, but not many as great as Ryan Kill State Farm.
If you want a good neighbor on your sideline, reach out by going to RyanKillInsurance.com.
Bison 1660.
It's country.
I know this one.
Next thing you know,
Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis.
Everybody got the
half point each.
Oh, nice,
Good
Andy.
work, Andy.
I was just about to get it too.
Yep. I did not have Jordan Davis. I really like him. He's not Luke Bryan, Luke Combs. He's not that level. He's very, very good, very talented.
He's a B plus.
I feel like his voice sounds similar to a lot of other country artists.
I
so it's just hard for me to decipher it.
I think he's pretty distinct.
You think so?
I do.
Okay. That's not supposed to be a shot at Jordan Davis. If
you're getting better at this game, by the way.
Well,
I went to Andy's category.
That is in my wheelhouse, but the problem is my wheelhouse is the same as Kyle's wheelhouse, and he's just better at this than me. Like, it'd be one thing if you were just heavy metal and you hated country. It'd be like, I got some time here. I don't typically have time when it gets to the country.
As soon as I said Jordan Davis, I was ready for next thing you know.
Mm-hmm.
You had already got it.
I kind of had it for earlier on. But I was just missing a couple of the words, trying to put it together in my head. But hey, we got that one. Andy Rickoff, Kyle Emanuel, and Micah Bindi with you. The show, as always, brought to you by Proceed, home of the Right Choice and Right Stuff programs, and online at proceed.net. If you need seed, think Proceed. PGA Championship, before we dive into it, can we get a crowd cheer sound effect and a round of applause for Kyle Emanuel for his first PGA Picks win of the Insiders Draft?
Thank you.
And as we were discussing before the show, you had a Tiger, was it 2000 US Open performance,
yeah,
where he won by 15 strokes over everybody. Was the only player under par.
He shot 12 under. The second place shot 3 over.
Okay.
And that's basically what I did.
Yes, that really is what you did. You shot 6 under with your group of Scotty Scheffler, Victor Hovland, who both finished tied for second. By the way, Victor with a clutch putt at 18 there to get the tie for second.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money
Scotty
on that
too,
putt.
Really.
Right,
they both hit
Scotty was great the whole day.
On 18.
Yeah, for sure. Cam Smith was clutch for you. Got to 1 under.
Did 5 under on Sunday, I believe.
Max Homa wasn't very good.
No.
But he made the cut, and that's really what separated you.
Yes.
Ricky Fowler missed the cut. Whatever. You get to cut one of your players anyways, and you add in somebody. So you get the 6 under. It's pretty good. Second place, thinking most times 6 under doesn't win, but in this tournament where there's only, I think, 8 guys who finished under par, it's probably going to.
Even was like, Michael Block was tied for 15th, and he was plus 1
over. Yeah, exactly. Second place, John Austin at 20 over par. That would be a 26-shot victory for you. John also had 4 players make the cut. Shane Lowry barely made it, got to even, so Shane played well. Played pretty well for him. Rory at 2 under. Rory had another good tournament. Didn't win.
Started off shaky, but good tournament.
He's another solid one. It's definitely a top 10 finish for him, but not able to get the victory. John Rahm was bad, 7 over. That was a tough one for John. And then Tony Finau at plus 15.
Who I wanted.
And Wyndham Clark got cut.
I could have had Finau over Homa.
You were upset that you forgot about him.
Homa was actually better, barely. At plus 9.
So John Austin at plus 20. Chris Hansen, plus 27. Don't need to go through all the players anymore. I was plus 28. I only had 3 golfers make the cut. That's what really
you had
hurt
the winner.
me. I did get the winner, and I'm going to take some pride in that. I am. But I got Brooks
Thank
Koepka
you, by the way,
with the win as the 5th pick of the draft.
Koepka? I thought you took him like second round.
No, I took Jason Day second round.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, second round would have just been the 6th pick of the draft.
Gotcha.
So I had the first pick of the second.
Thank you, by the way, for picking the winner, because we apparently had some new rule where if no one had the winner, like money went into a pot or something. So thank you for picking the winner.
Yep.
Because now someone got him.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just straight up.
Yep.
So appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Got the winner on that one. And he almost won at the Masters, so I picked Brooks back-to-back, which means now you guys are going to be all over Brooks Koepka and sniping from me for the next one.
Not just us. I think everyone is.
Everybody will be. My problem was Jason Day, my second-round pick, got cut. He was terrible. Shouldn't have done it. I should have known. You can't. It's harder to win and be really good 2 weeks in a row.
Well, I didn't think he'd win, but I didn't think he'd get cut.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
He's been playing well a year.
Corey Connors, even par. Terrell Hatton, plus 7. And Matthew Fitzpatrick also messed me up, and he missed the cut. So that one really hurt. I thought Fitzpatrick was going to be good.
I did too. They always say he's like a good bad weather golfer.
Exactly.
And it was bad. It was really bad weather on Saturday.
Well, the problem is he didn't get to Saturday.
True.
Yeah. Thursday and Friday. Got to get to the bad weather first. And then our good man, Micah Bindy, back there at plus 40.
I am back. What it do, baby?
That 2 guys missed the cut.
He was so confident in his team, too.
Confident.
Oh, I got diversity on this team. I got a good putter.
Internationals over here.
Thank you for sniping Cam Young, by the way. Thank you.
Sam Burns.
I would have taken
you were
Cam
big
Young.
on Burns, too. You loved
I was
Sam
big
Burns
on his putting.
Yep.
Once he was on the green, he was one of the best putters on the tour. I guess the rest of his game is maybe a resemblant of mine.
That's something me and Sam Burns have in common.
Players. we just can't get it done. We have one pretty good part of the game, and then the rest of it is bad.
It doesn't matter how good you putt if it takes you 5 shots to get on the green.
I think that's what he was struggling with.
That's something me and Sam Burns have in common. I was hitting some putts yesterday. I really was.
Especially
Problem is they were putts to save double bogey. That doesn't make it any much better at that point. But he missed the cut. Cam Young missed the cut. Adam Scott plus 5 and Sahith Theegala plus 6. So a plus 40 for Micah Bindy. You did not lose by 1 shot this time.
Didn't have my best performance this time. I took some wild cards.
You did?
Took some underdogs. I just didn't take the right underdogs.
No,
I didn't take Michael Block.
You did not. That was the right underdog, Michael Block. The story of the PGA Championship. Not only the fact that he got plus 1, which is a great score, not only the fact that he finished in the top 15, which means he's playing at next year's PGA Championship. Not even the fact that he got invited to the next tournament, the Charles Schwab, coming up this weekend in Fort Worth, Texas. He's going to be participating in that one as well. Got the last sponsor exemption. That's phenomenal. The dude got a hole-in-one, and he dunked it on the fly right into the cup, and usually that would pop back out. It didn't for him.
Broke the hole, too.
Broke the hole.
I mean...
Hole-in-one.
I don't know
with Rory McIlroy.
I don't know if you can properly put words to what he was able to do. No, he's not just some weekend golfer, right? He is a PGA professional, and he had to go through a bunch of qualifying. But for him to do what he did, shoot even par every single day until the last day he shoots 1-0. And by the way, did you see his up and down on 18?
Amazing.
Which he needed to keep that top 15.
I want to know what club he used to get back.
It wasn't a 64. By the way, confirmed the 64 degree is awful. It's a terrible
yesterday
club.
confirms nothing. Every club was awful. Yesterday confirms
64
nothing.
is. I looked at it and it looks like a 5 iron. Like it's got the thickness of like a 5 iron.
We're talking about Michael Block.
I don't know how you
get
underneath the ball with that thing. Anyway, sorry, off topic.
Go
ahead, Michael Block. $288,000 for Michael Block.
Yeah.
Not a bad weekend.
And somebody did the math. They said it would have taken like over 5,000 lessons for him that he teaches to have made that money. Now, the thing about this, when you have the performance he had, I think he's going to be able to charge a little bit more for some lessons and have maybe a little bit more high-quality clientele, possibly.
Little wait list there to get some lessons from Michael Block.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a ridiculous story. Me and Kyle, we had the discussion before the show started. Would you rather have the career of Lee Westwood, who's never won a major,
but had a good career?
Had a very good career.
I think he's won a couple times.
Or the career of Michael Block?
I'm taking Lee Westwood. I'm sorry. And
I get it.
Even just
that's
from
why I think it's a good
money
question.
standpoint,
he's made way more.
Michael Block has the better one weekend for sure. Like
and
he's
Lee's
had
gotten
the
to
better
travel
moment.
around and go to cool places and great courses. Yeah.
Like the I don't know if you guys saw the interview they did with him right when he got done, and they showed video of his hometown in Mission Viejo, California, of his clubhouse, and his son was there, and he starts crying. I think everyone was crying watching it. He's crying. He can barely talk. I mean, the weekend was phenomenal for him.
It was.
And it goes beyond just his finish. Just can you imagine he's given his whole life to golf. I mean, it's his job. But he's not a PGA player, but it's still his job, his whole life. And then to get to this moment and have the crowd cheering your name, I don't know how you really put words to what he accomplished this weekend and what it meant to him. Like we will never know how much this meant to him. So he definitely has a better weekend.
Yeah. He's had a better feeling this weekend than anything Lee Westwood has had.
I would probably agree with that, but I'd still take the longevity of
That's
Lee
fair.
Westwood.
I just think it's a fun argument to have. Like, who are the best golfers that have never won a major? Matt Kuchar's up there, Lee Westwood, Luke Donald. I'm trying to think of some other ones out there. Ricky Fowler, but he's still pretty young. He's got some time here still.
He's in his 30s.
Yeah.
Finau's never won one.
Yeah, he's still. I think he's going to at some point.
Still really young.
Will Zalatoris.
Zalatoris feels like he should have 4.
Exactly.
But he has none. Another question: would you have rather been Brooks Koepka or Michael Block this weekend? Just this weekend, or who had the better weekend?
I think Brooks Koepka did, but that's because he won it. That's something we can ask to our good friend Greg McCullough from Edgewood when we come back. Got to get to break. We will have our next guest on, our first guest of the day, Greg McCullough, golf pro out at Edgewood. We'll ask him if he could go +1 at a major, because we just saw a pro do it, a local pro. So we'll have Greg McCullough on here in just a bit when we come back next on Bison 1660.
Bison Nation, your exclusive home for North Dakota State Athletics. Bison 1660.
At Cardinal IG, they don't just create innovative glass solutions, they foster a culture of collaboration and teamwork. Their employees bring a wealth of experience and expertise to every project and deserve to be celebrated. This May, Cardinal IG would like to shine the spotlight on Ed Becerra, who is celebrating 25 years, Cesarina Hessel, 10 years, and Famata Thomas, Ayub Soleimani, and Ronald Dosu, who are all celebrating their first year at Cardinal IG. From the entire team, thank you. To view open positions or to apply, visit CardinalFargo.com.
Hi, I'm Grant Nelson, NDSU Bison basketball player. Whether it's playing basketball or driving in my car, I want to do everything to the best of my ability, on the court and off the court. So when I'm in the car, I up my game with the Drive for Less program from Nodak Insurance. I could save up to 30% on my premium just for driving safely. To me, that's a slam dunk. Download the Nodak Insurance app today.
Restless leg syndrome, low back pain, exercise recovery, cramps, arthritis, stress. We can guess that you've got a few of those ailments. You're spending a fortune to alleviate the symptoms and pain with regular chiro visits, massage, over-the-counter remedies. Imagine a way to lower that bill from your own backyard. When you go to Jacuzzi Hot Tubs of Fargo, you'll be saving your precious time and money while taking care of yourself for as low as $179 a month. Find out what will work best for you and your family at Jacuzzi Hot Tubs of Fargo.
Just because you own a pontoon doesn't quite make it a party barge until you visit Sight on Sound. That beauty was an investment into fun. Make sure you take your Bluetooth marine audio to the next level with brands like Kicker, Alpine, and Sony. Get noticed for style and safety when you get that tricked out LED lighting with Sight on Sound. Get to Sight on Sound today to see all the exciting options for this summer. Online, sightonsoundfargo.com.
Bring it on home from Sight on Sound.
Sight on Sound, Main Avenue, Fargo.
Here's your Red River Valley weather update on Bison 1660.
Monday in the Fargo-Moorhead area looking sunny, a high near 84 degrees, a south wind 11 to 15 miles per hour, gusts as high as 23. Heading into Monday night, it's going to be mostly clear, temperature dropping to a low around 63 degrees.
This weather update brought to you by Brady's Service Center. Brady's Service Center has snacks, chips, and beverages to get you on the road fast. They're your one-stop shop for all your automotive and road trip needs in Moorhead.
Attention, attention! Are you a plumbing journeyman or apprentice? We want you! The region's fastest growing heating, cooling, and plumbing contractor, Valley Service Mechanical, is looking for journeymen and apprentices, and we're hiring immediately. We offer competitive pay, incentives, and a fun team to work with. If you're not happy where you're at, we'll make it worth your time to check out why you should join the Valley Service Mechanical team. It's easy to apply. Online today at valleyservice.net. Just click the red banner. That's valleyservice.net.
Bison 1660.
Chicken fried.
Zach Brown Band.
Half point each. Yeah. Good job, gentlemen.
It's weird I'm getting the name of the song.
I was going to say Toes for a second. Toes in the water.
Yeah.
It was Zach Brown Band.
I should have gotten Zach. I probably would have. I would have definitely by now. We got some great music. Welcome back into the Insiders. Great weekend for us. Not nearly as good of a weekend as Michael Block. NDSU baseball team had a great weekend. We got a series win and a season series win over SDSU. Anytime you beat that team, you're doing something right. A little senior day game there on Saturday. Congratulations to them on the victory, and big thanks to all the fans that came out. Really encourage you going out to Newman Outdoor Field Wednesday through Saturday for the Summit League tournament. One, it's going to be some really good games, and two, should be just phenomenal weather at the ballpark. So really encourage fans, get on out there. Newman Outdoor Field on Wednesday. 6:05 first pitch for the first game for NDSU. They're against SDSU, and for the rest of the tournament, be out there as well. Support this team. First time they've ever hosted the Summit League tournament at Newman Outdoor Field. But the weekend belonged to the PGA Championship, and specifically to Brooks Koepka and Michael Block, and that's why we're having Greg McCullough, the golf pro out at Edgewood, on the Epic Companies hotline with us right now. Great to have you on with us, sir. Was this weekend, is it giving you any more hope? Have you gotten out and swung a little bit more? You thinking about going to the PGA Tour at all?
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me on. Well, absolutely. Don't we all dream about having both the weekend that Michael Block had and Brooks Koepka? So for sure.
Absolutely we do. I mean, it tells you that you can always live out your dreams. There's always hope, and any given week, and we talk about it a lot, like NCAA tournament, right, for basketball. Any game, anyone can upset anybody. You never know. The 16 can beat the 1, the 15 can beat the 2, and you can make a run to the Final Four. I think in golf, it's always been, well, you got to play 4 rounds. It's really hard to do it again and again. Well, any given weekend now, you can say anyone's got a chance because Michael Block did what he did. I'll pose to you the same question we just kind of talked about in our last segment. Would you rather have the weekend that Michael Block had here, basically his whole career, it boils down to that weekend mostly for him, or the career of somebody like Lee Westwood, who's had a very nice, very good career, but never won a major? Whose career would you take there?
Depends on how focused you are on money. So I would say, I mean, I think it would be Lee Westwood for sure. Now, going forward, we don't know what's going to happen with Michael Block because now he's going to get some time to actually play a couple, 3, 4 more events and get his name on Good Morning America and all that stuff. So he's for sure the next probably 3 weeks is going to have a great month, but I think you got to look at the career of a longevity guy like Lee Westwood.
Greg, as a golf pro yourself, can you just describe to us how difficult and what the road was like for Michael Block just to get to the PGA Championship, not let alone, shoot one over and tie for 15th, but just to get there, how difficult is that for someone like Michael Block?
Yeah, first, Michael is a really good player, and he's played a couple, 3, 4 other tour events, and in our association, he's known as a really good player. But you bring up good points. There's section qualifiers, so he had to qualify through his PGA section qualifier. Then he had to go to the National Club Pro and qualify there, and then, to get to the PGA Championship. So as a PGA professional, this is kind of like trying to qualify for the U.S. Open at local qualifying, sectional qualifying, and then getting to the U.S. Open. So it's a honor to get as far as he got just to play, but the way he played is just unbelievable.
Again, Greg McCullough here with us, the head PGA pro at Edgewood Golf Course here in Fargo. And Michael Block's the one that's going to get the headlines. Like you said, Good Morning America. He's going to be on all the shows. He's already going to the Charles Schwab this next week. That was a really cool moment where he got invited to the next tournament, and he's probably going to get a couple more cracks at it. And he's also going to be at the PGA Championship next year in Valhalla. It kind of steals the thunder away from Brooks Koepka. That's also a really good story. Been away for a while, hasn't really been at the top, had some serious injuries, experienced a lot of doubt, and now he gets back on top and wins the thing. What did you think of the performance from Brooks that he was able to actually finish this one out and go start to finish with it?
Yeah, pretty phenomenal for him. He's been through probably, the last year for him, year and a half for him has been a little up and down, to say the least. When PGA Tour players or Live Tour players get injured, we don't see a DL list. We don't see exactly what's going on. And he hurt his knee and probably came back too early, but he had to keep playing. So now that he's healthy and his life seems to be in balance, I say this all the time, especially on the PGA Tour. When you get players that are really good and they're playing great, their life is in balance and they feel good about their life and they gain some confidence. When you see that their life behind the scenes or in front of everybody is kind of in turmoil, it becomes really hard to play golf. I mean, you're by yourself. You don't have teammates to rely on, and you're up against 156 players every week. So we know that Brooks Koepka is healthy now, and obviously him and his wife just announced they're expecting their first child. So he has some, calmness in his life, and that leads to better play.
By the way, the soon-to-be child that they're going to have, like you said, announced that. Congratulations then. That may be more of a challenge than any of the injuries have been. We've seen that with some of the guys on the course right now.
Yeah, they start to struggle when family comes around, getting married, having to Jordan Spieth, a couple other guys. Greg, I don't know if you saw Full Swing on Netflix, but I felt like one of the reasons that Brooks, and obviously the money was part of it, but one of the reasons he left was because he was lacking confidence. You could see it in that documentary. He didn't know if he could compete anymore on the PGA Tour. At this point now, I know this is kind of impossible to answer, but do you think he has any regrets, or is he fine playing on Live Tour where, let's be honest, no one's really paying attention week to week and no one really cares about those tournaments as much as the PGA Tour?
I think as it stands right now that he has zero regrets. Partially because he got like a guaranteed contract, so he's going to make some money as long as he keeps playing well in majors. And now he's just added more time to that. He will continue to be able to play in those. The only regret you would have is if you join Live and you don't play well in the majors, and all of a sudden now you start to lose world ranking points, so now all of a sudden you cannot play in the majors anymore. But Brooks probably has it exactly the way he wants. He can play. He plays so many events on Live. He can take his time and prepare for the majors the way he likes to play for them. And as long as he's able to keep doing that, I think that he's okay with that.
And Greg McCullough here with us talking about the PGA Championship as Brooks Koepka gets the win. Brooks and some of the guys at the top of the leaderboard were a few of just I believe it was 11 that were under par for the entire tournament that were actually 1 under or better. Do you like seeing tournaments where a lot of the field kind of struggles, where Jon Rahm, the favorite going in and the number one golfer in the world, shoots a 7 over? Or do you rather see a tournament where the leader's at 15 under and you got most of the field under par?
I'm going to say yes to both.
Okay.
One of the things I like about the PGA Tour and the way it works out is some weeks you have weeks where it was like this week. It was a grind. It wasn't unfair. It wasn't tricked up. So that's the first thing. It was just a very big, hard golf course. But then you'll have other weeks where it takes maybe 20 or 30 under par to win. So I think that variety becomes, one of the great attributes that we have. It's not the same thing every week. It's not 30 par under every week, but it's also not even par every week. So as long as we get some balance up and down that way, I think you get to see a variety of strengths and weaknesses in players, and everybody enjoys it.
Greg, one of the other things we saw with the PGA Championship was some weather, some really bad weather, especially on Saturday. We saw some cold, we saw some rain. As a golf pro yourself, I think a lot of amateurs would be curious in this. How much does that change your yardages, what you're hitting, your club selection, everything, how the ball comes out of the rough? How much does the rain, cold change the way you approach a round?
Yeah, it most certainly does. Especially where they were playing this week. So a really hard golf course just got harder. One of the things that water does is obviously it makes it a little bit distracting because you're playing maybe in more clothes. But those guys have caddies. So the caddies are doing a lot of that work, hopefully in preparation for the guys. But you do have to adjust how far the ball is going. And even more than that, how much the golf ball spins. They do a really good job, and good players do. They hit it the same distance all the time because they can control the spin and they know what it's going to do. When you get that water involved, not only don't you know out of the fairway, but even out of the rough, it becomes harder. So, it just brings another variable in there, and we saw some, very unusual shots on Saturday. I kind of like that they had to play in a little bit. A lot of times the PGA Tour, they'll go along stretches where they don't have any different weather and they don't have anything to worry about. So I thought it was kind of cool to see what they would do in the rain.
So Michael Block does what he does and gets to 1 over and has an amazing weekend and kind of steals the headlines. It's a great story. I think it's one of the best underdog stories in sports ever. Now he goes to the Charles Schwab, to the Colonial down there in Fort Worth. Like I said earlier, any given week, now everyone has the belief you can do it. But can you do it in back-to-back weeks? What's going to be the biggest challenge, you think, for him now following that up and trying to have back-to-back good performances?
Yeah, you bring up a good point. Probably not the best player in the field this week, so that's part of it. He's probably going to do a lot of interviews, and he's going to be pulled a million different directions. So his schedule and his practice schedule, whatever that might be, is going to change. He seems to have a really good attitude. He even said last night, I'm not going to go on the Champions Tour. I love what I do. I love my job. I love my family. I want to spend time with them. So he's not one of those guys that maybe all of a sudden now is trying to catch lightning in a bottle and wants to make it his life. As it stands right now, Michael is not like that. So he's played in events. The golf course will be, quote-unquote, easier, so the scores may be a little bit different for him. But he's going to have a good week, but it's going to be hard from today till he starts on Thursday to figure out how he can manage his life and schedule.
Greg, last question for me. We obviously love golfing around Fargo-Moorhead area. Give us an update on Edgewood. How's it looking? I'm sure you possibly had to deal with some flooding this spring, but how's the course looking right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. Today's a great day for us. We got 18 holes open today. So we did have some flooding issues. The guys, Jason Spitzer and his staff have done a tremendous job. So we have 18 holes open. We're playing one hole short for a short period of time. We don't have riding carts yet, but if we get through most of this week without some rain, we should be having those going as well. So it's a great day for us.
There you go. Love to hear that about the course. Happy it's looking good for you guys out there up on the north side of town. Thanks for the time today as well, Greg. I really appreciate you helping us break this thing down. It was a wild weekend on the PGA Tour, so thanks for the time.
Yep, you bet, guys. Have a great week.
There you go. Greg McCullough, head pro out at Edgewood. And, hey, a couple weeks, we'll just see Greg McCullough, right? He's the next guy. He could be. You never know. No one saw this coming from Michael.
I promise you it will not be Kyle Emanuel.
No, or me. No,
I wish.
We always say there's never a 0% chance.
It's pretty close.
There's a 0% chance.
I don't know. He's 46. Kyle, you got time.
You do have time.
Start taking those lessons.
I think I got to become a PGA pro. I was actually going to ask Greg. I don't even know how you do that. I'm sure you have to, like, there's obviously some training.
I think there's ways for people who aren't like you to even qualify for those type of tournaments.
Well, you could.
But you have to go through qualifier.
I could qualify. I don't know about for the PGA, but for the U.S. Open, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
There are just random qualifiers, and you win whatever.
I kind of know that because that was I saw this on, I think it was Twitter a year ago. That was someone's fantasy football punishment. They had to go play in a qualifying event, and they were just terrible. Awesome. And they had to buy. They didn't have clubs. They had to go buy clubs. It was just awful.
Shot like
but you have to play
100 over.
Yep, you have to play. And other people are there they're like legitimately trying, and they're taking it seriously. And there's just this dude who's just awful.
Danny Woodhead almost. Remember Danny Woodhead, one of my former teammates, played running back in the NFL for like 12 years, whatever. He made it to, I want to say, like the final qualifying for the U.S. Open. Didn't win, but he was one tournament away from qualifying for the U.S. Open. He's not a PGA pro, obviously.
Yeah.
It's possible.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Would you like to know the steps, Kyle?
Sure. How many are there?
All right.
Is this U.S. Open?
Step 1, I think you might fail. Complete a background check.
Okay, I'm good there.
You're good there. Okay.
Yep, I've completed a couple.
Clear.
So I'm good. All right.
Step 2, become employed in a golf-related field.
JV golf coach.
There you go.
Boom.
He's already got that.
I don't know if that counts.
3,
It should.
pass the qualifying courses. So there's I think courses of like books, not golf courses. Introduction to the PGM and golf management profession, PGA history, PGA constitution, rules of golf, and career enhancement. Then step 4, complete the PAT. PGA requires potential golf pros to complete the PAT or player ability test.
Ooh, player ability test might get me.
And then
you have to shoot a certain score. Is that what that means?
Yeah, you have to reach a minimum score.
Okay, that
in 2 rounds of golf.
What is the minimum score? Do you know?
It does not say that.
I'm gonna guess it's like right around even par.
And then number 5, earn a bachelor's degree or complete an apprenticeship.
In golf or just anything?
In order to be certified by the PGA as a pro golfer, you either have to complete a bachelor's degree in a related field, such as professional golf management, or complete the PGA Professional Golf Management Apprenticeship program. That seems like your route.
I think I could do all of these minus...
I wonder if everyone on the tour has done that.
No. That's just to be like a PGA pro,
like a
to
course
work
pro.
at a clubhouse.
Oh.
Like what Greg probably
what Greg did.
But the
I have to
playability...
do that to get to the U.S.
Playability test is where I'm going to fail. And then the qualifiers, obviously. If I did all the steps, let's say I shot the score to be a PGA pro, like then I get to the qualifying, it's like, oh, you got to play against these guys, now I'm losing.
If you ever qualify for an event, I'll be your caddy. I got you.
Deal. No, actually, absolutely
No,
not.
you already said deal.
You're going to tell me.
You already said deal.
You're going to tell me to hit the 60.
You're going to give him a 64 degree.
Yeah, you're going to be like, oh, what are you, 90 out, 64? Yep.
No, I'll help you out. I'll be there for you. I'll give you the right club. I'll talk you up.
Talk me
I already
down.
have this deal with one of my other friends. He's a really good golfer.
Your relationship,
and he actually is a pro at a course down the city.
I think you got a better chance with him than me.
Well, I'm just trying to better my odds here.
Your relationship would be like Jordan Spieth and his caddy. Kyle would be like, "Oh, I'm going to hit this ridiculous shot," and then
you just shake your
head.
No,
Kyle,
it would be much
Kyle
more
talks
Joel
you into
Damon and his caddy and Gino.
You'd be like, "Hey, there's still
if you shoot really bad, I'd be like, hey,
there's still a plane.
Clubhouse is right there. Should I go grab something for you?"
Right.
That's what it would be.
Or be like, "Hey, there's a plane leaving in 2 hours. Should I book a ticket?"
That's what it would be.
You're gonna keep playing this bad?
Yeah, that's more like what it would actually be. We'll take a break. I come back. We got one more segment to go in the hour. When we come back, we'll touch on a great debate in sports. It really is. Started over the weekend. It continued in one of our breaks, and now it's up as the poll question of the day on our Bison 1660 Twitter account. You can see it there. We'll discuss when we come back on the other side here Monday on The Insiders.
Your home for the Thundering Herd. Bison 1660.
It's Chris Hansen, and for years we have trusted the experts at Rick Electric. Since 1964, Rick Electric has been the go-to for residential, commercial, and industrial. And right now is a great time to consider having a Generac whole home generator installed. If the power goes out, you'll barely notice because of an automatic seamless transition. For work in Fargo, Moorhead, Hawley, Horace, Glendon, Dilworth, Kindred, and everywhere in between, it's Rick Electric at rickelectric.com.
Living at the Bridges has been a great experience for me, and I'm inviting you to come check it out too. Hey, it's Paige Vargas, pitcher for the Bison softball team. The Bridges has all-inclusive pricing. That means internet, cable, electric, water, everything is included in your one monthly payment. The units are fully furnished. It has a fitness center, outdoor courtyard with fireplaces and grills, an automated convenience store. And it's right across from the Shack, so I can walk there every day. Tour today to find out more. Online at bridgesnd.com.
Hey Bison Nation, did you know that NDSU Teammakers has 7 different golf tournaments throughout the summer? You can sign up your team today and enjoy a fun-filled day where you'll hang out with NDSU head coaches, administrators, and other Bison fans. All proceeds will benefit NDSU student-athlete scholarships. Your registration includes a player gift, food, beverages, and much more. Go to gobison.com or call 231-6172 to register your team today.
At Batteries Plus, we power family road trips. We power bedtime stories. We power our local hospitals. We power connections with friends. We do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. How powerful is that? Visit Batteries Plus for free auto battery testing and free installation too at most locations. See batteriesplus.com for details.
The kickoff to summer is coming. Happy Harry's Rib Fest.
Feels so good to be back.
Outdoors at the Fargo Dome. Delicious ribs, cold drinks, and live music. Wednesday, June 7th, it's Parmalee. Friday, June 9th, rock out with Fuel. And Saturday, June 10th, party with Lit. Concerts are just $5. Happy Harry's Rib Fest, June 7th through the 10th at the Fargo Dome. Parmalee, take my name, Fuel, and Lit. Before you're better off without me. See you soon at Happy Harry's Rib Fest. Before you're better off without me. Thanks to Jiffy Lube of Fargo, Cass County Electric, Preference Employment Solutions, Hot Spring Spas, Corwin Auto Group, ABC Seamless, GoGoRental.com, and Horn Plastics.
Bison 1660.
God makes the good stuff. Oh,
Incorrect.
That's in the
Jack
song.
makes good whiskey.
It's Tyler Hubbard.
Okay, half point, Kyle.
Red dirt makes good riding roads.
Oh,
Country makes good music.
I know
5'9".
Boom, full point.
There it is.
I knew it too.
There
I
it
just
is.
couldn't- Yep. I was singing the chorus in my head and just couldn't.
He
The
does-
thing
he
you
does
said
say
got
God
me
made-
off.
yeah.
Got me off top. I was thinking it was like whatever the song is where corn makes whiskey. I was thinking it was that song when you said that, and I was thrown off.
Do we have to make a rule that once Kyle guesses a song and an artist and he was incorrect?
Oh, if you guess the
The other
artist and you're
person-
incorrect, you can't guess artist anymore.
No, that's not a rule. That's not a rule. We're not
No
making-
rule. You guessed song right away and it was incorrect. So then
now
it
I'm
was
out?
Then you're out until Andy guesses.
Or you're out on song.
Okay, I can be out until
Out on
Andy guesses.
song
But
until
once
Andy
Andy
guesses.
guesses, then I get another guess.
Yep.
He does say God makes the
He
good
does.
stuff.
You can't guess song again, but you could guess artist.
Okay.
Right
Whatever.
away.
New rule.
Handicapping me.
Maybe we'll discuss it.
Andy won last week, by the way.
There's a lot of debate going on.
There's an
today.
asterisk on
This is a very hot topic day on the show. There's
It
another
is.
one we're going to decide with the song game here. But the one that we discussed, me and Riley Swenson, we were calling NDSU baseball over the weekend, and the Bison scored 9 runs in the 6th inning on Saturday, ended up winning that game and winning the series 2-3. They sent, what was it? It would have been 14 batters to the plate in that inning. So plenty of the ways around, batting around. The discussion here is batting around all 9 batters in the order coming up, or do you have to bat all 9 and get back to the leadoff batter, which would mean 10 batters? So do you have to get 9 up, or do you have to get 10 up? It's on our Bison 1660 Twitter account. You can vote on it there. Some voting already underway. We'll give you the results here in just a little bit. I am firmly on one side. Micah is firmly on one side. Kyle's been a little back and forth, so I'm going to let you start off the discussion.
Yeah, I am back and forth. I can see it both ways. I agree with some of your points, but I have to lean towards Micah, and I think you have to get all the way to 10. If you get to 9, as Micah stated, and I'll steal this from him, you batted through the order, all 9. You got through it, but you didn't get around. To get all the way around, I think someone has to bat twice. Then you batted around the order. If you don't get to 10, did you really get around it?
Okay, Micah.
You only got through it.
He agrees with you, so you can defend. Go for your argument.
That is the perfect way. Think of it like a race that goes in a circle. So say NASCAR, you started right at the start line, which that's also the finish line. But did you get all the way around the track, but you just came just short of that finish line? You haven't finished yet. You got around the track, you got through the track, but you didn't cross that finish
Yeah, that's
line.
a really stupid. You just literally made my argument for me. This is going to be really easy.
Nope.
So if
Yeah,
I'm
you
starting
kinda
at
did.
one spot and I get all the way to that spot, I've now completed a lap. I've been close. I've been close the whole thing.
You haven't completed it.
Yes, I have.
You didn't get back to your start point.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. You haven't crossed it yet.
We're in a race, in a NASCAR race. Did they start ahead of the finish line or behind it?
They start behind it.
Correct. So, in order for a whole lap to be completed, what do they have to do?
They have to cross it.
Get
You
to
have
the
to
finish
cross it.
line.
And they didn't cross it yet.
They got back to the finish line.
No, they did not.
That's a whole lap.
I just said
That's a whole
I
lap.
said they're just short of it.
It's a whole lap. But they don't start. The race doesn't start until they get going across the finish or the starting line.
You guys are losing me.
No. 9 is the whole order.
You
I
got
think of it as
through
a
the
pie
order.
chart. You've got 9 slices of pie, and once all 9 have come up, the thing is full.
Now we're
you
going to
batted
pie?
around.
You've
batted
it.
around all 9. You got to put 9 up to bat around the lineup.
I don't
batted around.
No.
Everyone has come up to the plate. Hot topic right now.
I love this
Hot
debate.
debate.
And I can honestly say I've never thought about this a second in my
Really?
life until today.
It's been brought up many a times before.
I've never thought about it before.
It came up in that series. Riley was the one that mentioned it when I think it was...
Through 9 hitters? Or at 9 hitters?
No, it was at 10. I don't remember who it was that led off the inning. I think it might have been James Dunlap led off the inning. Got back to him, and he brought up the discussion and said, I think we've already batted around. And we had at that point because he was the 10th man up. But Riley was on the side of 10. I'm on the side of 9. You need 9. You've batted around the entire order. The whole order has come up. You've batted around the lineup. Now, the second time, when the 10th batter comes up, you're working on your second time through.
Yeah, so you went all the way around.
You went all the way around.
You already did.
But that
the ninth is all the way around. Now, it's like, again, the racing analogy. Okay, I've started my second lap. So you're the second time through.
So you already went again.
You're going around. Exactly. You're going around again.
You have to have that 10th batter come up
again
to go around.
I'm going around it for the second time. I already went around it once. I completed it. I enclosed the entire circle. I went around the whole track. Now I'm starting it again.
But you have to start it again. If the race just finished in one lap, you got through it.
So
you have to start another one.
So the NDSU track teams, when they ran the 4x100, they had to actually run the 4x110. They had to do extra to run around the whole course.
To get through it, they just got to do it once. But to go around,
which is what we're talking. You had to go through the order once. That's around the order.
That's 9. Through is 9. Boom! You
now you're just using different words.
Boom! You finished 9.
Through and around are the same thing.
Okay, then if it's the same
thing, you have to go around. Right. You have to go around the track. They went around the track. So you completed it 4x100.
They completed it, but you have to start another one. You have to have that 10th batter come up.
No, you're not. We're not talking about starting another one. We're talking about going through it once. You've batted around.
Yeah, they went through the order once. That's 9. And boom, if that
that's
depends,
around
if that 9th hitter gets out, boom, you're done. You got through the order. You didn't get all the way around back to because that 10th batter didn't come to the plate. They start another inning with that.
Completely incorrect.
No.
It doesn't shock me on this side of the argument because you're wrong on so many things. But it's
what if Kyle was
hoping
saying
you'd
this?
be better?
What if, because Kyle is technically on my side, so is...
And Kyle is also the PGA Championship winner, so I guess...
Then what about Riley?
My
Great golf
matters.
What about Riley?
More.
What were you saying?
He's a youngster. He's still very impressionable.
What did he say?
He believes it was 10.
Yeah.
He's very impressionable.
3 against
still.
1.
3 against 1, but if you go to the poll of the day on Bison 1660, I'm in the lead, so I'll take it. Over 55%.
In 23 votes, it is...
Correct.
I'm betting it's 12 votes to 11 because it's 52% to 47.8.
Well, it's about to be one more vote to whatever the other vote is because I'm going
to ask Chat GPT.
GPT might know.
That might be
Call us up.
That might
Text
be
in. Darla Jean's also on the side of 9 or on 10.
Let's go on Reddit
She's
too.
on that side too. I am firmly on 9. You go around. You don't have to start a second time. It's a second lap on the track. You started the second time. You've already gone through once.
But like you said, you have to start the second lap.
Nope.
If you haven't started that second lap, you only got through it.
You just said through it.
No, you only got through it if you got to 9. You got through the order at 9, but you're just changing
through and around. You're just using words to make your argument.
Well,
that doesn't mean anything.
That's what we're discussing.
No,
it's pretty.
You can't just say through and around. Those are two separate. They're not two separate things. It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
According to Chat GPT, Andy is correct.
We're trusting a robot?
Darn right we are. They're taking over the world soon anyway. We're trusting the robot.
This is a human discussion.
So it's possible for more than 9 batters, but to bat around a minimum of 9 have to come to the plate.
I'm going to be asking everybody at NDSU baseball media availability about this.
All right.
I'm going to go to the sources on it for sure.
That's why I was a little wishy-washy. I'll defer to Chat GPT on this one, I guess. We can regenerate the response, see if it gives me something else.
Yeah, it probably would just be different the very next time.
Do use the word through and then use the word around.
I did. I used around. I said, how many batters have to come to the plate in baseball in order to bat around
the lineup? Every player came up.
Whoa.
All 9.
This one says...
It's a robot.
Wait.
ChatGPT
you can simply add 1 to the number... Therefore, a team needs a minimum of 10 batters to come to the Ooh, second time around it said 10.
They switched up.
Now you know why I'm on the fence on this one. I think you go either way.
It's even a hot debate on ChatGPT.
Was this response better or worse? Better.
So send in your thoughts, 701-476-1660 or studio at bison1660.com, the Rick Electric email inbox. 9 batters or 10 batters to bat around in an inning, a debate that will never, ever be settled in the world of sports. Hour number 2 gets going here in just a bit. This first hour of the program and this hotly contested debate that you can talk about on our Rick Electric email inbox, brought to you by Rick Electric. When you need electrical work, you need Rick Electric. For over 56 years, Rick Electric has been providing excellent electrical services for homes and businesses in the FM area and surrounding areas. Visit them online at rickelectric.com. NBA Finals are set. Summit League Baseball Tournament also set. We'll preview all of that stuff when we come back on The Insiders on a Monday.
No matter where you work, whether it's at your kitchen table or in the office, you need to collaborate with your team. ProConnect from Consolidated Communications makes it happen. You'll never miss a call when you can answer from your desk phone, laptop, or cell phone. And you can communicate instantly using real-time messaging. Confidently connect with customers over secure video conferencing and work together to create and share documents. Get ready to connect, collaborate, and communicate brilliantly. Choose ProConnect, your team collaboration tool from Consolidated Communications.
When it's time to find a realtor, word of mouth is important. And Todd Cattermas with Beyond Realty is a name Bison Nation says often. Todd has helped everyone from coaches and administrators to broadcasters and former players and their families buy homes in the FM area. So many in Bison Nation trust Todd to buy and sell their homes, and you can too. Call Todd Cattermas with Beyond Realty today or visit him at 4832 Amber Valley Parkway in Fargo. Todd is a proud partner and the preferred realtor of NDSU Athletics. Todd Cattermas with Beyond Realty, moving the herd one home at a time.
Get the Dakota Magic on Saturday, May 27th, where every half an hour starting at 1 p.m., where Rewards Club members can win their share of $24,000 in cash in their nostalgic, magical Dream Hot Seats drawings. You could win anywhere from $500 in cash to $5,000 in cash. So get the Dakota Magic May 27th from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. And you could win with their nostalgic, magical Dream Hot Seat drawing. For more details, go to DakotaMagic.com. Anthony of the Dakota Nation Gaming Enterprise.
Hey, business owners. You have your banker, you have your insurance guy, but do you have your door guy? Now you do. DavTech Window Services also specializes in commercial door and window repair and replacement. DavTech is proud to be known for their excellent commercial services as on the NDSU campus. Choose the door and window experts that will deliver top-rated products as well as the experienced technicians that do it right the first time. A decade of service with a century of experience. Online at DavTechWindowServices.com. That's DavTechWindowServices.com.
In 1953, Bill Samuels created a simple bourbon, while Margie Samuels worked on her creative vision. A bottle hand-dipped in red wax, wrapped in a hand-cut label, filled with handcrafted bourbon that elevated flavor and remains unchanged as of today. Aromas of woody oak, caramel, and vanilla, with a taste that is sweet and balanced with caramel, vanilla, and fruity essences. Every barrel of Maker's Mark is aged to taste, not time. Maker's Mark, the star of your home bar. Please drink responsibly.
It's the Cash for Cars event at Gateway Chevrolet. All makes, all models. Sell your ride today. Whether it has 50,000 miles or 150,000 miles, Gateway Chevrolet will buy it. Cars, trucks, and SUVs get cash today. Gateway Chevrolet needs good, clean, used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sell your ride today, whether it has 50,000 miles or 150,000 miles. Gateway will buy it. The Cash for Cars buying event today at Gateway Chevrolet in Fargo.
KQWB West Fargo, KPFX HD3 Kindred, and K224FD Fargo. Bison 1660, powered by Gateway Chevrolet, Cadillac, Nissan, and Hyundai in Fargo.
We are Westport! And here's what you need to know.
In the NFL, the Colts tampering case against the Commanders has been resolved. ESPN reports the Commanders were found to have never spoken to former Indy quarterback Andrew Luck or anyone in his immediate circle, and therefore did not violate the league's anti-tampering policy. The Athletic reports Panthers rookie quarterback Bryce Young took the majority of first-team reps at Carolina's OTA practice today over veteran Andy Dalton. Coach Frank Reich called Young's command 10 out of 10. After 5 NFL players were suspended last month for violating the league's gambling policy, ESPN reports the NFL is investigating another wave of potential violations. ESPN also reporting free agent quarterback Josh Johnson has signed with the Ravens. It'll be his third stint in Baltimore. Finally, 10-time NBA All-Star and 6-time All-NBA selection Carmelo Anthony announced his retirement today. I'm Nick Cope.
This is The Insiders, taking you inside the lines and behind the scenes of NDSU and around the region.
I hang heavy on your thoughts because you are the Bison gods.
That should be a penalty.
The insiders.
Do you have any other questions?
You know it.
The Insiders are presented by Proseed. Need seed? Think Proseed.
Okay, so what are you saying?
These guys do an unbelievable job, and tune into the insiders.
I did have one. I do not apologize for taking it out of the 6-pack.
First thing you should know about us is that we have people everywhere.
The Insider. The Insider. The Insider.
The prices were that shocking. I wasn't listening. I'm an old soul.
Now, here are the Insiders.
Well, we're waiting.
And the debate lives on. It will forever.
It will forever.
It really will.
We saw an article.
Like most debates.
All the way back from 2015.
You could look into the future and see one in 2025, and 2035, and 2045.
Written by you.
Probably. Rickhoff's Rant or something like that.
I think overall, though, Micah and I were correct. We saw more 10s than 9s in our research.
Well, I will say this.
Yeah, because you were leaning towards it, probably.
Majority doesn't mean correct.
That is correct. Also correct.
Which is why the right way to play duck, duck, gray duck is duck, duck, gray duck.
Don't even get me started on that.
Oh, I love that stuff. You'll never, ever decide those debates. Michael versus LeBron.
Well, that one's decided.
Yeah. Well, there was somebody, it was late night Fox Sports Radio, I forget who it was, it kind of went a little bit viral, that were saying, if the Lakers get swept, that ends the debate. If LeBron and the Lakers get swept by the Nuggets, then you can no longer say LeBron even has any sort of claim to it.
I don't necessarily agree with that. LeBron's definitely out of his prime at this point. Like, it's not even close
and
to
imagine,
what it was.
okay, so if they win one game, then it's still a debate?
Yeah.
Like, one game doesn't decide it.
No.
It's dumb.
I think the Bulls got swept back when it was a 5-game series when Michael Jordan was a rookie or second year against the Celtics.
And I'm not saying I go one way or the other. We're not starting a Michael versus LeBron debate, so nobody call in here on this. Or we could. But my response to anyone that says, okay, well, MJ never lost in the finals is like, well, yeah, that just means he lost earlier in the playoffs other years. Like, what about all the times LeBron got to the finals? It's more like you can go back and forth on all of it. Yeah, he never lost in the finals, but I mean, okay, so what about when he lost in the conference finals and LeBron didn't? Does that not matter?
Yeah, but LeBron was playing in the weak East for a long time.
That's
just
true.
ran through that conference.
Well, part of the time he was playing with a pretty weak team, too. Those years where Anderson Varejão's the second best player on your squad. No offense, Anderson Varejão.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas, remember him?
Big Z, baby.
I don't think he made it to the finals.
Dude looked like he was
him.
60.
That guy had a sweet jumper, by the way.
It was pretty good. Drew Gooden,
silky
those guys.
Mo
Williams. There were some guys, some dudes, some great players. But I don't think it compared to the teams you got nowadays on the number 2s and 3s there.
Not quite.
Not quite. 12:14 on the program, hour number 2 here for you on a Monday edition of the program. Like we've said a couple of times, the NBA Finals, they're set without being set, right? The Miami Heat won last night over the Boston Celtics by 26 points, 128-102. And I don't know if it was even quite that close, really, when you look at the longevity of the game. The Heat are talking plenty of smack. They are not holding back one bit. They definitely take that lead from their leader in Jimmy Butler, and they are up 3-0. Game 4 coming up in a couple of days down there in South Beach. I think it's going to be a sweep. I think the Celtics are finished. I think they're mentally going to be out of it as well, down 3-0. This is a quote from Marcus Smart as well. It was asked about what the Heat are saying and kind of the trash talk that's been going on, and he said, we beat y'all last year. We good. Like, you're living off last year still? Like, that's a pretty bad sign.
He really said that.
I guess so. It's a quote.
It's an interesting quote
take.
when you're down.
Like, we beat you guys
3-0.
last year. Well, yeah,
who cares? You
cares?
didn't win the NBA Finals either. So.
It's just right here, right now. I think the Celtics are going to get swept. I think the Lakers might win one. I think they got Game 4 tonight. Do we think the Lakers can stave off elimination against the Denver Nuggets, who don't have any good players? They only got one good player in Jokic. Nobody else is an all-star or defensive MVP or defensive all-NBA or first or second-team all-NBA.
I mean, the Lakers have had legit chances in their games. They could easily, a couple things go different ways. They could be up 2-1 in this series. Like, they could have won. I mean, they could have almost came back in Game 1. I mean,
or at the very least a 1-2 series.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on. I thought the Lakers were gonna win at least one in this series. I thought they would 2. I think I picked the Nuggets in 6. I don't know if they're going to get to 2. It doesn't seem like it at this point because they're going to have to win one in Denver to do that. I think they will win tonight. Gentlemen sweep.
I'm not dead yet, by
Micah.
the way, of the Lakers in 7.
You aren't?
Not dead.
Not yet.
About to be.
I'm not dead with Nuggets in 6.
You're not? So I'm guessing you're saying the Lakers will get one tonight, Mike.
I'm almost switching to it. Just feels like the Nuggets will just find ways to win. That's what they've done in all 3 games. It's just like, yeah, they maybe were down early, and then they go on a big run, whether it's Jamal Murray, Jokic making plays, and they just find ways to win. Even on the road, they did it against the Suns on the road too. I think they
Did the Lakers get swept in the finals against Golden State one year?
No, it was 4-1.
Was it 4-1? They were able to get one of them.
Well, not against the Warriors, because it wouldn't be Lakers Warriors. It would have been Cavs Warriors.
Yeah, sorry, I meant LeBron.
No, they went 5.
They went 5.
They went 5. It was a gentleman's sweep.
Gentleman's sweep.
But I think this is turning into a good old fashioned sweep. I think the Nuggets might blow this one out. They might win by 20.
I think the Lakers will win not because AD, like I said, AD and LeBron were going to have to play great. I think you're going to get one of those random games from D'Angelo Russell who's been terrible in this series. One of those random games from, Alani Walker, Rui Hachimura, where they get really hot and they make a bunch of threes at home, big game. They haven't had one of those games in a while. I feel like they're just going to have one of those kind of games where the role players play a huge factor in this one. They hit some shots and they send it back to Denver.
Did you know the Lakers have been swept more than anyone in NBA history? 8 times. Learned that this morning.
I did not know that at all. Doesn't shock me. They've probably been in the playoffs.
Because they've been in the playoffs
more
a
than
million times.
Else,
yeah,
so.
but I was a little surprised that the most times any team in the entire NBA has been swept is only 8. Seems like a low number, a little bit. I know sweeps don't happen a ton, but you feel like there's a couple every year.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers have only been swept 8 times.
There you go.
And that's the most in history.
Stat of the day, Kyle Emanuel.
Yeah, there you go. Stat of the day.
Do you know if that includes 3-0 sweeps back when it was only 5-game series in the first?
Probably not.
I'm not positive.
I wouldn't want to include those because I don't think it counts.
A little different.
Not in my mind.
Well, if you lose 4, is that all the way around the series? Or do you have to win a 5th one to get to end?
If you want to bring that up, Darla Jean's on my side.
Darla Jean is on your
She was on
side.
the Facebook stream too, and she brought up Wikipedia as well, which I just reported.
Yeah, because all your professors really definitely loved the Wikipedia back in the day.
Are we gonna?
It's a world encyclopedia.
Are we gonna?
I could go in there and change it right now, and then I win.
And then someone changes it back, and they're like, "Who's this?" And then you're blocked.
That's the great thing about Wikipedia. Sure
Are we gonna say that the Bison 1660 poll on Twitter, that's the final verdict?
Final verdict.
We can just end the debate.
We will if it's in favor of me. Absolutely.
I mean, there's still 23 hours left. You are in the lead right now, 56.7%.
It's a close one. Got some time left. We'll check it tomorrow.
I got time to make burners.
Yeah. Darn right we do.
I already voted. I'm gonna get everyone I know to vote.
Yeah.
One way or the other. I won't influence their decision. I can see it both ways, like I said. But I'm gonna lean more towards 10.
You're leaning towards Micah's way. I just need Chat GPT to lean my way.
Should I do regenerate?
Regenerate. Best of 3. This is the best of 3 series.
5.
This is a 7-game series.
No, that doesn't count. Best of 5 doesn't count. We have to do best of 7. That's a real series.
It's a real series. That's absolutely fair enough.
Gentlemen's sweep in favor of 10 battles.
Hotly contested results here a little bit later on. Since we've said it, the NBA Finals are set. Heat or Nuggets? Who would you take?
I'm going to take Nuggets. I think that juice just runs out. I think the better team is the Nuggets. They have more talent, but we've been saying that
about the Celtics.
every series about the Heat. I'm like, the Heat don't have that much talent. Do you know who the highest overall pick on the Miami Heat is?
Tyler Hero.
Nope.
Bam Adebayo.
Nope.
Kyle Lowry.
No.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love.
Nope.
Whoa.
Kevin Love was like 6.
Yeah, I know.
The highest overall
pick on that Heat roster.
It's not someone that
I don't
plays
think
a
it's
whole
someone
lot.
that plays a lot.
Udonis Haslem.
It's a big.
Udonis Haslem.
Cody Zeller.
Yeah.
Fourth overall pick.
I did see
a
him.
4th overall pick.
Yeah.
Oh. Would not have guessed that one for Cody.
Isn't he wearing a mask
offense.
now,
He is,
too? Like,
even though he doesn't need to.
Just
it's healed, but he's like, I'm used to it, and I kind of like it.
Going with the Richard
Going
Hamilton.
Rip Hamilton a bit. Yeah, absolutely. And Tyler Hero, one of their higher picks, isn't even playing. He broke his hand or wrist or something in the very first rounds.
I see memes.
They're mostly G League and undrafted guys.
Is he? He's rumored that he's like going to come back for the finals if they make it.
That was a belief. The timetable he could come back. We'll see. I mean,
I don't think you play him. You just
from
keep
the
him
Heat.
out.
I don't know.
Fine.
Do you? I mean, the other guys are playing great defensively, and Hero's not a phenomenal defensive player, and he definitely helps you on the offensive end. He can knock down some threes, but that would be a pretty good series, I think. I'd probably lead in Denver's way a bit as well, because I don't think when I'm going through the Heat's lineup, I don't see anybody that can stop Joker. Now, you can say that about just about everybody's, but at least the Lakers, like, you can throw AD or LeBron. You got some guys there. You can maybe throw Bam at him, and Cody Zeller ain't going to be guarding Jokic. I just don't see any way they have anyone that can slow him down one bit.
I'm going to take the Heat, partly just to be different. But look, we've been doubting them this entire playoffs. They almost weren't even in the playoffs. They lost their first play-in game.
They did.
They've won.
Could have been the 7th seed, and then the path would have been way different.
I'm going to call it now. They're going to win a game in Denver. They're going to be the first team to win a game in Denver.
Game 1. Or you have to get acclimated to the lack of oxygen.
Let's say Game 2. They're going to win Game 2 in Denver.
Okay.
And they're going to find a way to win the series. I don't know
what
in
about the stats? They've won all the Game 1s, Kyle.
I know.
You better go with the stats.
The stats also said the Celtics, there was no way they were going to lose Game 2.
ESPN, they do the BPI before every series. Chances of winning. No one has any idea how they come up with this. They never talk about how they do. They do it for everything. NFL, fantasy, stats, percentage chance of winning. No one has any idea how they come up with it.
Their FPI index or whatever it is.
FPI index.
The one that I hate.
No one has any clue how they do it.
The one that I hate is in football when they do in-game live percentages, and the team will be up like 14-3 in the second quarter, and they're like 98% chance to win, and you're like, what?
How?
They're down 2 scores, and you're gonna.
It's one of the dumbest things in sports.
I don't get it.
Before the series started, the Heat had a 3% chance of winning.
Sounds about right.
3% chance to win. That's before the series gets going. 3%? They just knocked out the number 1 overall seed in the playoffs.
Like at least give them 20 something, right? At least in the 20s. That's still not very good.
30% chance, right? Come on.
There's a new meme.
3%.
A new meme on Twitter where it's like the Celtics now have a 50% chance of winning the series down 3-0.
After it was 2-0 going to Miami, the Celtics were still favored by ESPN's index. I think it's time to retire the index.
Was it at least a
I think
slight?
We got to, at the very least, put it away for a little bit.
No, I think
it's on timeout.
I think it was 70-30.
After timeout.
The Heat were up 2-0.
It's on timeout. We got to stop with that. That's blasphemy.
But we're not going to go with that.
That's not stupid.
That's not where we're going to be going with percentage-wise.
That's just
what we're predicting.
70-30, down 2-0, going on the road.
Yeah, you just into Miami of all places. It's
I could see 60-40 maybe. I think you still got a good chance. It's favored, but 70-30?
Just come on. Just dumb. That's why both of these teams, the Heat and the Nuggets, can definitely say, like, we've been disrespected the whole time. The Heat for sure, and then the Nuggets have not gotten the coverage they deserve as the number 1 team basically the entire season. We'll take a break. We'll come back. The Summit League Baseball Tournament is also set. We'll preview that a little bit for you when we come back on the other side next.
North Dakota State football plays here. Bison 1660.
We take great pride in really doing all the research and the work behind the scenes to make sure that our products just work.
We have our own staff member that helps pick the hybrids and the varieties that work in our area. It's meant for you, not for somebody 200 miles away.
We test our seed locally. We produce our seed locally, so we get to see our production fields, where they need to be, and if they work there.
Need seed? Think ProSeed. ProSeed.net. Great seed at a reasonable price.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
If you're searching for the best burgers in the game, find them at Twin Peaks all month long. It's National Hamburger Month, and these seasoned, smashed, and seared burgers are waiting to be discovered. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
If there's one thing I know about farmers, it's that they are resilient. This is Scott Zolandic with Cornerstone Bank. Farmers are known to rise to ever-changing challenges, whether it be higher land prices and rent costs, risk management, or diversification. Cornerstone Bank offers an experienced team that you can turn to. If you're looking to save, borrow, or spend, Cornerstone Bank will find the best financial options for business, ag operations, and your personal needs. Come see us at Cornerstone Bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a business owner with remodel plans in the near future? When it comes to your electrical needs, you only need one call, and that's to JDP Electric. JDP's team of professionals will work with you closely and are able to follow a strict timeline to get your project done when it's needed. That way, you don't have to worry about closing your doors and missing any customers or sales. Put your company in the best hands by calling JDP right away. Call 701-232-1991 today to experience the JDP difference, or online at jdpelectric.net.
restless leg syndrome, low back pain, exercise recovery, cramps, arthritis, stress. We can guess that you've got a few of those ailments. You're spending a fortune to alleviate the symptoms and pain with regular chiro visits, massage, over-the-counter remedies. Imagine a way to lower that bill from your own backyard. When you go to Jacuzzi Hot Tubs of Fargo, you'll be saving your precious time and money while taking care of yourself for as low as $179 a month. Find out what will work best for you and your family at Jacuzzi Hot Tubs of Fargo.
Here's your Red River Valley weather update on Bison 1660.
Monday in the Fargo-Moorhead area looking sunny, a high near 84 degrees, a south wind 11 to 15 miles per hour, gusts as high as 23. Heading into Monday night, it's going to be mostly clear, temperature dropping to a low around 63 degrees.
This weather update brought to you by Brady's Service Center. Brady's Service Center has snacks, chips, and beverages to get you on the road fast. They're your one-stop shop for all your automotive and road trip needs in Moorhead.
Bison 1660.
Bon Jovi.
This is the one for the brokenhearted.
Half point.
I guess
It's My Life.
Nice. Full point. Kyle Emanuel, nice work.
Again, I did what you did. I said words in the song, but not the song title.
Yeah. Tough. I had to think. I wanted to say the same thing. I think I'm up 3-1.
3-1. Kyle Emanuel.
I'm not dead yet.
You've had a good day.
For me, this is a great day.
It's like Andy.
This was my week last week.
85. You're like shooting at 85.
Like shooting
on the golf
at
course
96 at Spyglass, which I did yesterday.
That's simulator. Did you have automatic 2 putts?
No.
10-foot gimmies?
I had 3-foot gimmies.
Oh,
because I had missed a couple of 5-foot putts when we were out. I'm like, I want to. If I have some of these, I want to try.
It's hard to work.
It's hard to know about it on the simulator. Correct.
Putting wise.
Yeah.
Everything else pretty good.
I was putting well yesterday. I can take some solace in that. It's the very least. And I figured something out on the simulator, so now I'm ready to go again. Yeah. We were both at the end of that round yesterday. We were like, I'm done.
Yeah, right.
Like
we're either going to play again tomorrow or we're not going to play for a month.
I just got these clubs. I might be selling them. I was getting close. And then go to the simulator. You play a little bit, hit some great shots. Like, I'm back, baby. I'm back. Here we go.
Would you say
it's like that thing you played on the button bar? I'm back.
Would you say you're dialed?
No, not yet.
Dialed in.
Not dialed now. Because I figured a couple things out. Now I got to go work on those things I figured out and get dialed in. If that makes sense.
I was dialed until yesterday.
Yeah.
And now I am not.
And you got unlucky, I thought, early on. For the most part.
We're talking about it too much.
We did say
what did I tell you as soon as we got in the car when we were leaving?
We mentioned that we played, so people know.
Said, Andy, we're not talking about this on the show tomorrow.
We're not talking about it. We're just going to move on. We're going to move right past it. Let's instead talk about what it means to bat around a lineup. That worked really well.
You won, by the way.
Speaking of baseball, ChatGPT says I won.
You won 4-1.
Gentlemen's sweep.
7-game series.
Gentlemen's sweep. The robots are with me. So that when they rise up and take over humanity, they will give me at least a menial job. I can be like a janitor or something.
Right.
For them. Their butler.
I'll let you
be
live.
alive. You have to let me live. By the way, a new show I found kind of about that, the end of the world and almost like a post-apocalyptic thing. Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth on Netflix. Pretty good show.
I'm currently still deep dive into Marvel.
Okay.
Just watched Infinity War.
Great movie.
Great one.
Phenomenal movie.
How long are episodes for the Sweet Tooth?
50 minutes.
Okay.
45 to 50.
We're getting, I like those longer ones. Yeah. I don't like doing... I feel bad about myself when I do the 22-minute episodes.
You watch like 6.
Screaming through them, and I do like 8 or 9.
Yeah, you watch a whole season in a city.
Quickly.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And it asks you twice, are you still watching? You're like,
yes.
Yeah, unfortunately. Please don't ask
I think you can turn that off now.
You can. Yeah. You can. You absolutely can. But speaking of baseball and our fun debate about what does it take to bat around the order, I am going to ask Tyler Oaks and every player when I get to media availability later on.
And then you're going to lie about what they said. Can you record it?
Please? Yeah, it'll be recorded.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be recorded.
That segment for tomorrow. We go through, crop them all together. We'll get all the votes counted up.
Yeah, we'll do this. That makes sense. That's a good use of their time, for sure. We'll play some of this stuff tomorrow. Tyler Oaks, some of the players, Cade Feeney will be there, and we'll talk to some of the players as they're getting ready for the Summit League baseball tournament. NDSU is the 2 seed in the tournament here this season after finishing off SDSU and getting a season series win and an actual series win. They won the season series over the Jacks, always a good thing. This is how the tournament sets up. It starts on Wednesday, Newman Outdoor Field for all the games. The Bison hosting it for the first time in school history at Newman Outdoor Field. NDSU and SDSU are the second game on Wednesday. So first pitch roughly at 6:05 at Newman Outdoor Field, which means we'll be going for you about 5:45 on the pregame here on Bison 1660. The first game of the tournament is Oral Roberts against Omaha. That's the 1-4 matchup. I'm not saying Omaha can't win it. I think it's unlikely because ORU has one of the better teams they've had in their program history. They are really stinking good, and they can do everything just pretty well. They pitch well. They hit for power. They hit for average. They don't make errors in the field. They've got a couple of really nasty guys in the bullpen, and now they're stealing bases at a fairly good rate as well. So they do everything well. They're a very good team for a reason. Only lost once in conference. But Omaha, and they got Mike Bovee. They've got a ton of talent. They maybe haven't put it together very many times this year and really had a day where everybody's hitting well. They're connecting on hits. Their pitching's been well. They had some injuries to their starting rotation this year that have definitely hurt them on the pitching side of things. And the biggest issue for Omaha is every other team in the tournament didn't throw their top pitcher. Like NDSU didn't throw Kate Feeney against SDSU. They saved him. They let him get a little extra day off, just a bullpen session, but not starting the game there in that final series because they know it's a quick turnaround for a Wednesday start of the tournament. Omaha, because their last game of the regular season was a de facto playoff game. The winner was in, the loser was out. They had to throw Tinney, their best guy, their number one starter. I don't know if it's enough time to get him back out there, and so he might not be pitching in that game for Omaha, which gives another big advantage to Oral Roberts. But if NDSU wins against SDSU in that first game, they would then play Thursday at 6:05 against the winner of the first game between ORU and Omaha. This is a double elimination tournament. There's no win one game to get to the double elimination portion like softball was. All four of these teams are double elimination for the whole thing. If NDSU were to lose that opening round game against SDSU, they would play Thursday at 12:05 against the loser of game number one. If they win that one, they would then play again on Friday at 4:05 p.m. in an elimination game to get to the championship. Easiest way to go about it, you win on Wednesday, you win on Thursday, then you win on Saturday. You don't even have to play on Friday. If you win your first two, it's a tall task because you probably get to face Oral Roberts, but if you win your first two, you don't play at all on Friday. Everybody gets rest while the other two teams are playing on Friday, and then you got to win one on Saturday. The team that's facing you has to win two in a row on Saturday because of the double elimination aspect to it. So the easiest way, especially the person who wins on Thursday in the championship side, has a huge advantage.
I saw this tweeted out, and we make fun of it, how we said, if you have a hot goaltender in hockey, you can win any game.
Right.
Well, NDSU has two really hot pitchers going right now. They have number one in ERA and number two in ERA in league play. Cade Feeney, number one, and you'll have to help me with the second name. It was a tweet by NDSU Baseball.
You're partially correct.
Was it not number two?
They have number one, number two, and number three
in league play
ERA in Summit League play this season. Cade Feeney, number one, 2.03 ERA. Parker Pitts, 2.06. And Tristan Rorich at 3.02.
And that's what I'm talking about.
In league play.
Because I'm assuming you want to win this first game. You want to stay on the winner's side. So I assume they throw Cade Feeney because SDSU didn't see him at all.
Yep. And SDSU's got plenty of power. You're not going to be like, we don't need to throw our best guy. We can just get through this team. No, you're throwing your guy in this one. I would think. That's how I would go about it.
You're trying to win. You're trying to win right away.
Yep.
And
you're trying to stay away from the loser side of the bracket as long as you possibly can.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different strategies to go about it. Of like, maybe we want to save our top guy, and you're not assuming that you're winning the first game with your second or third guy. But some teams do take that strategy. But
the thing with NDSU is there hasn't been that big of a drop off from 1 to 2. So you can throw your quote unquote number one guy, and your number two. It's not like I think you still got a pretty good chance with them the way things have been going, and the fact that you're at home, and like Oral Roberts hasn't played here this year. The one series was at a neutral site because it was supposed to be at Newman Outdoor Field and got moved because of the weather. So you go Cade Feeney, and then whether it be Tristan or Parker, it would probably be Tristan. He's been the number two guy for him all year, and he's more of a senior guy out there. Has been in the tournament before, at least on the mound, and Parker hasn't as a true freshman. I think that's probably the direction they go, but you could go with either one of them there. The thing that's interesting is if it's a close game against SDSU in that first one, then you're going to get the bullpen involved. You let Cade go as long as he's dominating. You just kind of let Cade go. But let's say it's a close game in the seventh inning. You're going to Riedinger for two, even though SDSU did see him in one of the games. Are you going Zetterman and Riedinger, like, what are you doing bullpen-wise? SDSU, the thing about the Jacks, their starting pitching's been a little up and down, but if they get through 5, they might just turn it over to the bullpen. Because they got 2 guys who are shut down, in Eli Sundquist and Ryan Bourassa, West Fargo native, who they pitched both, I think it was an inning and 2/3 and an inning and a third in the first game against NDSU on Thursday. If they have the lead in the 6th, they might go right to the bullpen there and let both of those guys pitch 2 innings each and shut you down from that aspect. Because those 2 guys have been borderline untouchable, although NDSU did get 1 run off them on Thursday.
What do you think NDSU does with, so you throw your 1, let's say.
Yep.
Are they ready to go by Saturday? 2 days rest?
Probably.
For at least a couple?
Give you a couple, or at least be available out of the bullpen, right?
Maybe, and it would depend how long they go in that game 1. Let's say you go 8-9 innings, they're probably not going to have it. Let's say you go 7 or 8, it's like, you could maybe get 2-3 innings out of them Saturday. So that's another thing that obviously, Tyler Oaks has been there, done that, and he's kind of in charge of the pitching. So he'll have a good strategy going in. But that's another thing to think about is, and I know you got to take care of the here and now, but it's also if you were able to make it to the championship game, you want to have your best stuff there. You do. I mean, it changes. There's so many different scenarios where. Right. So let's say NDSU wins on Wednesday and wins on Thursday. So they're going to the championship game knowing we have to win 1 game. The other team's going to have to beat us twice. Maybe you don't throw Cade Feeney at all in that first game, at all, and just say, no matter what happens, we have him for the second game if needed. Because the other team's going to throw their number 1 guy probably on Saturday. Say, we have to win this game. Can't worry about the next one. Or NDSU, not saying you don't care if you lose this game, but you have to make sure you have a bullet ready for you in case of a game 2, possibly. So that's the way that thing goes. But if you're on the loser's side, you have to play more aggressive. You have to throw caution to the wind a little bit, and that's when guys who have already pitched a bunch are back out there again, and you just got to ride the dudes that have been the best for you all season long and hope that they have enough left in the tank to be able to get you through an inning, 2 innings, whatever you need from them. And then it comes down to hitting, too. You do have to hit. And we talk all about the pitching and how do you manage it? How do you throw this guy that day? What do you do? At the end of the day, if you're not hitting well, it's not really going to matter. NDSU is hitting well. They have some guys at the top of their lineup. I think Terrell Huggins is going to be okay after a little bit of a hamstring scare in the first game against SDSU. But this Bison team is going to go as far as Caden Schwabe, Peter Brookshaw, Drew Sackett, James Dunlap, and the top of that order can really take them. Got some good batters at the other, in the middle and the bottom third. But those guys have been phenomenal all season long. Going to need them to be really good if you want to keep on winning games. You do need the bats to be alive for you.
And I'm not going to be surprised if you have a couple young guys show up and show out in this tournament because of the comfortability at home, at Newman Outdoor Field, sleeping in your own bed. That's where I think it helps the young guys the most. The seniored, experienced guys doesn't affect them as much if they're playing on the road. They've been there, done that. But I think this is when you look for guys that are young on the bats and in the bullpen pitching to have a good performance in the Summer League because they're running on adrenaline. All of these guys are.
And Newman's a little bit of a bigger ballpark than some of the other ones in the conference, too. So it might neutralize a little bit of the power of some of these other lineups. NDSU's as well. They got some big bats out there. But we saw it last week. SDSU didn't hit any home runs in the first or second game of a 3-game set, and they were second in the conference in home runs. Them and ORU are well ahead of everybody else in that category. In the third game, when the wind was blowing out to left, they had, I think it was 3 in that ball game. So depending on what the wind is doing and the size of Newman Outdoor Field, it can affect the power numbers there just a bit. So an advantage for being at home, absolutely, for NDSU and the Summit League Baseball Tournament that gets going on Wednesday. Again, encourage all of the fans out there. Get out there. It's good. It's a good product. They got some really good teams out there, and NDSU's got a great chance to, again, win the Summit League Baseball Tournament here in Fargo, hosting it for the first time in school history. They get going on Wednesday at 6:05. Win that one, you play Thursday at 6:05 as well, and championship Saturday starting at 1:05 Central Time here in Fargo. We'll take a break. We'll come back, end things for you on the other side. You're listening to The Insiders inside the Theraldson Ethanol Broadcast Center. Theraldson Ethanol online at theraldsonethanol.com.
This is The Insiders on your exclusive home for North Dakota State Athletics, Bison 1660.
Spring in the savings at Eyes on Broadway and Rexine Family Eye Care. Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Rexine, your downtown eye doc. This month, save big with 10% off your first pair of glasses and 30% off additional pairs. Everyday wear, computer wear, sun wear, we will find what's right for you. Why choose just one pair? Get a pair for every occasion.
Set up an appointment with Dr. Michael Rexine or myself, Dr. Vanessa Manlove, at michaelrexine.com, with locations in both Fargo and Mayville.
Eyes on Broadway. You will see the difference.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has been FM's go-to auto and diesel repair shop since 1978. Valley has you covered from brakes and batteries to full engine service for gasoline and diesel engines from their auto and master heavy truck ASE certified technicians. Valley gets you on the road with the confidence and peace of mind you deserve. For fast, reliable service at the best price for your vehicle or fleet, visit Valley Alignment and Auto Repair online or call 218-233-6208 today.
Did you know you could be a superstar? My friends at Nutrisource Pet Foods have superstar treats, and 100% of the profits from these treats go towards funding the Nutrisource Superstars program. This program is dedicated to helping families, children, and pets facing hardships. And did I mention your pet will love the soft and tasty training treats? They come in 4 delicious flavors: real chicken, cheddar cheese, bacon, and beef. Each treat is less than 3 calories. Find out more about this amazing program and find a retailer near you at NutrisourcePetFoods.com.
Doesn't it seem like there's a mattress store on every corner? I mean, there are more mattress stores than coffee shops. This makes it hard to shop. Beds by Design Mattress Factory has all your options at one location. We eliminate the middleman, which means you pay half the price. So instead of shopping for hours with cheesy salesmen and spending too much, BBD Mattress Factory can find the best mattress for you at the best price. We have mattresses starting at $99, and you can trade them in for life. Stop in. Beds by Design Mattress Factory.
Acme Tools is your full-line Honda Premier Power Equipment dealer. Choose from a great selection of dependable, easy-starting Honda mowers, trimmers, and tillers. If it's portable power you're looking for, Honda is the market leader in generators ranging up to 10,000 watts of quiet, reliable power. And if you need to move water fast, Honda commercial pumps are what you're looking for. See the full line of Honda Power Equipment at Acme Tools in Fargo or online at acmetools.com. Do your best work.
Dakota Refrigeration, now known as DRI, has been serving Minnesota, the Dakotas, and Montana for over 4 decades. Locally owned and operated since 1974, DRI is a full-service source for your refrigeration, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and electrical service needs. From the entryway to the kitchen, from hot to cold, from dreary to bright, DRI has you covered. DRI, formerly Dakota Refrigeration, with locations in Fargo, Bismarck, and Minot, online at dacref.com.
Bison 1660.
I got nothing.
It's Casey Musgraves?
Nope.
He's out.
You can he can guess song.
Take It Easy?
Nope.
I'm out on Song Tide.
No, this is older, right?
It's older.
I've heard this song.
It kind of sounds like Casey Musgraves. I know the song.
You guys giving up?
I'm
Both
giving
up.
Yeah, I'm giving up.
I'm out.
Dreams. Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. Duh. Now I feel stupid.
They got a Casey Musgraves vibe to them, though. So I'm not mad about that pick. I obviously was way off.
Dreams. I think they say Take It Easy in there somewhere. So I don't feel bad about my guess either. It's not the greatest ending. It was a good day for us.
We were doing
from DJ Micah Big.
He went a little deep in the
deep cuts that time, which is good. Yeah, test us every once in a while. Totally fine with that.
Fleetwood Mac.
There you go. PGA Tour again. PGA Championship. Michael Block gets the headlines, but Brooks Koepka gets the win. How do we feel about a live golfer winning a major? You go around. I feel better about it than I thought I was going to. Like, back when everything was really unraveling and going through last summer, I was like, I never want these guys to win. You left the PGA Tour. I'm fine if you guys never even get to play in majors anymore. I was all about, like, fine, go do your own little thing, be cute over there, make a bunch of money from bad people, and we're just going to watch these guys do what they do, and it's still a great product. You still got some great golfers over here. I'm happy they're in the tournaments, and Brooks Koepka winning one, I don't feel as disgusted as I thought I was going to.
I agree. I thought when I was watching the Masters, I thought if a live guy won the Masters, it was going to be a massive deal. It just kind of felt like, because that was the first major that everyone was back, and it seemed like if that happened, there was going to be, okay, is the live, is it a better, there was just going to be all this debate back and forth. When the Masters happened, and there wasn't the drama. The rivalry was there, but it really wasn't a thing. At least we didn't hear a lot about it. It was a lot of talk going into it about some of the drama, some of the the rivalry, Liv versus PGA, and it just didn't seem to live up to that. After that, I'm fine with that. I don't think it's a big deal. Brooks Koepka obviously won when he was on the PGA Tour. He's already one of the best golfers in the world. Now he fell off, obviously, for quite a while. But when we saw him at the Masters, we knew that he was kind of back a little bit. I'm fine with it. And I personally love that they are at the majors. I want to see the best golfers. We were texting Andy, I'm so happy that they're at these tournaments. I wish we got to see them more. We want to see the best golfers play against each other, right? And now, unfortunately, we only get to see them at the 4 majors every single year, but it kind of makes the majors seem that much more special to me. They were already elevated. They're already special, but now you have the Liv and PGA, and maybe the rivalry's not the same. It's not what we maybe thought it was going to be, but I love getting to see even, getting Phil back in there, getting Brooks in there. Even Bryson DeChambeau played well for a while.
I do love when Brooks is dominated a course. And he didn't completely dominate, but he's fun to watch. And the way he goes about thinking about the shots. And I give Brooks some credit, too. I think Brooks of 5 years ago would have been when, I think it was Amanda Belliunis who asks him, after he wins the title there, this Michael Block guy, what about that story? A couple of years ago, he's probably the guy who finished 15th.
Right.
Yeah, I won. Let's talk about me. This time he let him share the limelight a little bit and realized how cool it was. Michael Block meets up with Brooks after Brooks wins it, and Brooks on the way up to him says, "I hear you're buying drinks." A funny little remark there. I think he's matured. He's kind of grown up a little bit too, and he's realized. He probably didn't think he was ever going to be back to this point. I think it's one of the reasons he went to the Live Tour was he thought he was never really going to win. This was his chance to cash in and make some money, and now he's doing it on both sides. They're also winning in a major, but it was fun to watch him kind of play extremely well and reminiscent of when he was really dominant. And I think he can get back to that now. I mean, you can make an argument he should have won the Masters, and he does win this one. That's 2 in a row, and I think he could be really competitive at the next couple as well.
I think it was a great point when we were talking to Greg from Edgewood, and he mentioned this is kind of perfect for Brooks. He only liked the majors anyway. He came out and said it at one point. He's like, I don't really care about other tournaments. I only like the majors. Basically, is what he said.
That's what legacy's built off of.
And he's right. And now he doesn't have to play. He can play when he wants on Live or whatever. They play every 2 or 3 weeks. He's not playing a ton on Live, and he gets to still play in the majors as long as he's. I mean, now that he's won one, I think he's exempt for another 5 years for all of them. So.
Family's going to be well out because of the financial aspect.
Kind of a best-case scenario for a guy like him.
But Michael Block also steals the headlines, and not only does he do really well at the PGA Championship, he now has a chance to back it up and do it for a second week in a row. After his round, he was enjoying it with his family and friends that were in attendance, and he got a pretty special phone call from the Charles Schwab Invitational. Here's the audio for you if you didn't see it on social media.
Hello.
Michael.
Yes.
This is Michael Toth, the tournament director at Colonial.
Hey, what's going on, Michael?
Great week, my friend. Congratulations.
Don't tell me what you're going to tell me, because if you tell me, I'm going to start crying right now, man.
I am going to tell you what I'm about to tell you.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you.
We would love for you to come play in our golf tournament, and we have an exemption available, and we'd love for you to be in Fort Worth this week.
You can hear it in the background there. Oh.
And the hair on my arms is standing up too. So just take a deep breath, but there's no better person for this last exemption to go to than you.
Michael, I haven't met you yet, and I can't thank you enough for this opportunity. Someone once told me that Colonial sets up pretty good for an old pro like me, so
for sure.
I thank you so much, and this is even more insane, and I look forward to, sounds like, transferring my tickets to Fort Worth, Dallas tomorrow and coming to you guys rather than Orange County. If you could talk to my boss real quick and tell him that I won't be at work next week. Is that okay, Matt?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, good. I'm good.
I'll be happy to call for you.
Okay, no, he's right here. He's right here. He's got tequila in his hand, so he's good.
At TCU.
Yeah, and a daughter at TCU, so we're coming. We're good. And that opportunity is ridiculous. I can't thank you enough, and I look forward to hopefully making that experience.
Oh, my boss is here. He's here. He's got tequila.
What if he was like, no, actually you have a couple lessons lined up. We're going to need you back in Orange County.
Sorry, you have no one that can fill those. That's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. And the thing was, he was talking to people on Thursday. It was like, it won't get better than this. I got even. This is pretty awesome. This is really cool. And then you shoot it again, and you go into the week, and you made the cut. Oh, it's not going to get better than this. Oh, you're golfing with Rory McIlroy. Oh, that's insane. There's no way it gets better than this.
You get a hole in one.
Oh, you had it even again. Oh, it's not going to get better than this. Oh, I got a hole in one and dunked the thing in.
And then had a ridiculous up and down on 18 to save par to stay at 15.
It was just the story that kept getting better.
Kept getting better.
And hopefully it does again. I would love it. I'm going to be watching this weekend.
Yeah.
And that's why he got the exemption, right? That's why Charles Schwab is doing this, because it's not a major. You still have the hardcore golf fans, but now you've got an extra audience that says, I want to see if he can do it again. Because doing it once is great, but a second time was even better.
Early edition of Buy or Sell. Buy or Sell, Michael Block will be a featured. He will be in a featured group on ESPN+.
Does he make the cut?
Ooh.
That's the real question. We'll answer it for Buy or Sell later in the week. Save it. Save it for Micah.
Okay. I won't answer.
Save it for Micah on that one. We'll take our final break. We'll come back and wrap up the show here for you next on The Insiders.
Your vehicle is likely one of your biggest assets and certainly your ultimate connection to freedom, so it needs to be kept in tip-top shape. And Jiffy Lube of Fargo will make it happen. With no appointment needed, just drive into any of the 3 convenient Fargo locations for their signature service oil change, which includes a check of all your vehicle's vital fluids and an inspection of other preventative maintenance items to ensure you're ready to hit the road. For over 40 years, locally owned Jiffy Lube of Fargo has been the place that Fargo Moorhead has counted on to keep them on the road.
Restless leg syndrome, low back pain, exercise recovery, cramps, arthritis, stress. We can guess that you've got a few of those ailments. You're spending a fortune to alleviate the symptoms and pain with regular chiro visits, massage, over-the-counter remedies. Imagine a way to lower that bill from your own backyard. When you go to Jacuzzi Hot Tubs of Fargo, you'll be saving your precious time and money while taking care of yourself for as low as $179 a month. Find out what will work best for you and your family at Jacuzzi Hot Tubs of Fargo.
Do you love problem solving and working with your hands? If so, Campbell Properties is looking for you. Campbell Properties is a Fargo-based real estate investment and property management company, and they currently have openings in their maintenance department. These are full-time positions that come with an attractive benefits package, which includes health insurance, 401k, a monthly rental discount, quarterly incentives, vehicle allowance, and advancement opportunities. Starting pay $25 per hour. Apply today. Call 701-364-4100 or email info@campbellprop.com.
Businesses should know that Consolidated Communications has the only data center in the FM area that is SOC 2 certified. That means Consolidated has tested reliable systems in place to protect your valuable data. That's more important than ever with today's security concerns. Many business insurance companies require SOC certification at data storage facilities. You should work with a local data center that is SOC 2 certified. For scalable, cost-effective data center solutions for your changing business needs, go to consolidated.com/data center.
Get ready to work hard and play hard this summer. It's Ram season. Head to Corwin Ram this month for hot deals on your favorite models. Drive off in a new Ram 1500 Laramie and take 10% off MSRP. Or get financing as low as 2.9%. Corwin Ram has a huge selection of Ram 1500 models like the Warlock or Bighorn with leases as low as $449 per month. Our lot is full of new trucks and they're ready for you to drive home today. Corwin Ram online at corwinauto.com.
Hey Bison Nation, Andy Reckoff here, and I just wanted to take a moment to say we absolutely love our Thoroldson Ethanol Broadcast Center. Love being there every day to bring you the very latest with NDSU athletics, but we're not the only ones that like to be in the studio.
Michael Tutsi with us here live in studio.
Scott Anderson joining us, Director of Multimedia, NDSU.
The athletic director's inside the studio. Matt Larson's joining us.
I told you we weren't the only ones. Fuel your future and join the growing team at Thoroldson Ethanol today by going online to ThoroldSonEthanol.com.
Bison 1660.
I'm going to let it breathe.
All right, well,
let's go for it.
Kyle Emanuel's not here, but his mic's on, so I was fair.
Yeah, the mic is on.
The mic was on. Come on, Kyle.
Kept yours on.
You got this.
I'm going to embarrass myself. I know the song. I'm just going to let it keep going here for a little bit. Very end of the show, this is The Insiders, brought to you by Proceed, home of the Right Choice and Right Stuff programs, online at proceed.net if you need Seed, think Proceed. AC/DC?
No.
No. Ugh. You gotta go to my wheelhouse when Kyle's not here. It should have been in the wheelhouse. Now I'm, second guessing everything.
Kyle, if you want to text me the answer, you can do that.
He could.
Giving up?
It's not painted.
Kyle Emanuel's calling me right now.
Not painted black.
I'll put Kyle Emanuel on speaker.
No, we're good. His mic was on, though.
Kyle, you're on speaker. Speak.
Seven Nation Army, is it White Stripes?
Yep, Kyle Emanuel.
Gets the point.
Full point. Good job, Kyle.
There you go.
I'll hang up on Kyle. He got it.
Kyle's not here. He had to leave early, a little medical procedure, a.k.a. a dentist appointment. But he's not here, so did Kyle bat around the show?
No, he didn't.
I would agree with you on this.
He didn't bat through the show.
I would agree with you on this one.
He didn't bat through the lineup of the show because we still have this segment.
So if I don't show up tomorrow for the first segment, I haven't talked through or whatever. I haven't batted around.
You haven't talked around. You completed one show.
I haven't talked around. Kyle definitely didn't. I agree with you on that one, 100%. Andy and Micah to end things here for you on the program. Tomorrow, Missouri Valley Mix as well. Got that one coming up here for you. Western Illinois was the hot topic last week. We're kind of into the quote-unquote off-season in terms of no spring ball or anything, so we'll kind of preview some stuff for the Valley coming up here tomorrow on the Missouri Valley Mix. Ian Dino will be coming on later this week. NDSU has some of those team camps and indie camps that are coming up this summer as well in the next couple of weeks, so we'll be talking plenty about that this week. And tomorrow, Tyler Oakes, maybe Kate Feeney, some others for NDSU baseball that gets going on Wednesday against SDSU in the Summit League tournament at Newman Outdoor Field, hosting that thing all week long. And for the first time in school history. So get on out there, folks. Make it a great environment. Cheer on this Bison team. They've won a lot of Summit League titles this year. Think about the track teams, what they just did not last weekend, the weekend before, doing it again on the men's and women's side. See if baseball can do it as well. Last chance for a Summit League title this academic year for NDSU. See if baseball can get her done starting on Wednesday. All that and more tomorrow on The Insiders. Back with you tomorrow here on Bison 1660. And coming up next, it's The Herd, Colin Cowherd, and Fox Sports Radio.
Horn Plastics is celebrating 40 years of top-quality products and service. And to show their appreciation, they're offering some unbeatable deals. Now until May 31st, get 40% off all install labor and 20% off select materials. Take advantage of this limited-time offer and upgrade